evening or morning. Welcome to another Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament race. We've got a Swiss Round 2 matchup between Pix and latebit, and bringing you the action, we've got Clear Mouse and Dave's Cloud on commentary. Take it from here.
That'd be us, right?
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Days. How are you doing? Are you ready for some crosskeys?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can do some crosskeys. I think I can put down my unicorn book for a little while and maybe watch a couple of guys try to figure out who's gonna win and which one of these guys can get to 7 crystals and go beat up a pig first. I mean, that sounds entertaining, right?
Yeah, a pig is kind of like a unicorn. Just put a couple horns, or maybe just one horn on Ganon, and it's basically like your comic book. Yeah.
I feel like that's what we should do for our next festive, right? I mean, that should be the next festive right there.
Oh man, I mean, but yeah, this should be a really good race. That we've got Pix and latebit. Latebit, of course, actually last year's Challenge Cup champion, I believe. Actually, that was actually also featured here on ZSR. But I believe also this is a 0-1 matchup. So both of them actually lost the first round in the Swiss, but they're definitely looking to make their records 1-1 on this pretty exciting race.
Yeah, somebody wants to join that giant group of people who are going to end up as 1-1 here out of the 190 some people we got running this in this tournament.
Yeah, the 1-1 group is pretty scary. The 0-2 group also pretty scary. So you're not really going to try to find too much solace, but I guess just have the best kind of fun we can have. It looks like actually both of them were starting off and sank. The I guess maybe lesser seen, but more commonly seen these days is a sank start. In Lost Woods today, so not a terrible start, but we did get a small key GT already, and a heart container, always nice to see.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice little thing to find early there. You can go ahead and not die immediately off of the things here, and the bushcraft throwing out 20 rupees at a shot there is going to be a real nice thing. At that point, you're going, okay, can the next thing just be a shop, please?
Oh yeah, shops are Oh, we're so short one bomb. We just need one bomb in order to be able to go access the shop that's actually in Paradox Game to buy some bombs.
Yeah, that's this unfortunately thing. We can kind of go ahead and try to figure out exactly if we can find a bomb by killing a couple of these buzz blobs, maybe doing a tree pull or two here, kind of work through it, and hopefully we'll get one. Maybe Uncle Drop is sitting here at the lumberjack tree here in just a second.
Yeah, I feel like when you said, I hope there's a shop soon, it's like a monkey's paw shop, right? It's like, oh, sure, here's a shop right here. And it's like, oh, wait, I still need a bomb in order to get in there.
Yeah, game likes to do that.
Hey, my gosh. I believe, you know what? Forget the monkey's paw. We also have a, cloud's puff. This is actually quite a nice blessing. Oh, man, Castle Tower small key, too.
Okay.
So yeah, not only of course if we don't actually need both Castle Tower keys, at least so far. But in this case, we also found the uncles. So we definitely know we don't have to use these two lumberjack.
Yeah, and man, unfortunately, not getting any drops off of these guys yet. Just a single bomb would be all you need, but not getting it quite yet because so we're gonna have to probably wander our way down to Kakariko and just kind of go to see if we can't get a little bit more. Maybe get a save and quit, go to start off at Link's house, come up the other way here, since you know that Lost Woods is your kind of place you're going to get spit out at. But let's try a tree pull, get a couple of magic.
Yeah, actually, yeah, really at this point, any type of resources really is always welcome, right? You never really know when you're going to pick up, let's say, like Burna could actually be a viable weapon, maybe Samaria, any type of, rods, right? Fire rod, ice rod, always going to be a bit beneficial in order to get a couple of extra shots there.
Yeah, I know talking to Pix yesterday, he was hoping that he could get an early sword here. He doesn't want to end up having to try to kill things for 45 minutes with Samaria or something.
He's so optimistic, man. Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I might have mentioned something.
All right. Well, of course, we are always hoping, these guys find the best quality items, early on. As you mentioned, sword is really great just because we have a permanent weapon in order to slash and kill everything. Boots, of course, always be really good. Otherwise, like mirror, right? Gloves, hammer, anything like that would certainly be quite beneficial.
Yeah, definitely. You kind of want to have something that you can actually, kill things with here. As latebit has decided that he's not got enough money, he's going to go ahead and do a hula hand really fast here. That's going to take care of his money situation for, I think, the day.
The rest of the seed. I was actually a little bit surprised, but I get, given that the bush crabs are giving out, a bunch of 20s, so you can actually farm those pretty easily. But I mean, you're already over there, and of course, as we're seeing with on latebit's side, doing Houlihan just warps you right back to Link's house. So not quite the exact like save and quit, but also not quite the I'm gonna wander the entire world and mirror over and enter Link's house instead of doing a save and quit there and starting there.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense, honestly, to just go ahead and do it that way. If you've got to come around, you might as well pick up 225 rupees with it. I mean, you're not losing anything. And there we go. We found the Lost Woods hideout there, and there's 3 bombs.
That Pix is not willing to spend the extra amount of time to go get. Hoping he probably just hoping he's gonna find another shop somewhere.
I mean, to be fair, that is probably a good like 30 seconds to a minute to walk around to get those 3 bombs. But at the same time, you'd have them, and then you could come up here and do Escape and Paradox Cave. But we'll see how it goes. What this next place gets us. This is gonna be Desert Palace Center.
Yeah, so we don't have, of course, Desert Small yet, which means the right 2 chests are not going to be accessible to us. And we have a map chest. We can also take a peek at what's on the torch, and of course, we do have 2 available connectors to us. I assume they're going to take one of them. Maybe one will go left, one will go right. Maybe more naturally, we'll just go to the left one, just because if we want to take the torch item as well, we're just kind of right in that area.
Yeah, it kind of flows that way generally pretty easily as we get to see more bombs just sitting there.
But latebit actually not gonna take them. You know what? I'm just not gonna say anything about any of my predictions because latebit is death morphing out and Pix is actually taking the right side of desert. So forget the left side.
Yeah, I mean,
just forget it.
I kind of like latebit's play here. Pix's play also working out really well there. I mean, when you're taking that sort of connector early, okay, you got to get closer to that guy or he'll jump.
Oh my gosh!
All right, that worked.
Forget those entrances. We don't need to see them right now anyway. We're just gonna try and not die here on the overworld.
I mean, not dying is important here, and Pix going, you know what, I've got all this extra money, let's get my fortune told.
I love this content. That very rarely seen, and good actually on Pix to actually know that the fortune actually does fact heal your health. It just happens to be that you gotta pay a little bit of extra money and go through a little bit of small talk there.
Yeah, the cutscene is something, and man, these stupid dead rocks, man.
Oh no!
There's nothing he could do there.
That is so rough. This is why Death Mountain is so dangerous. Oh, but you know what? Man, latebit is already 10 steps ahead of us because he just found the big key to desert. So when he goes over to desert left, he's going to be able to get the big chest as well.
Yeah, that'll be kind of nice here, and still no bomb. Oh, well, he got 3 bombs there, so he's going to be able to kind of go ahead and jump on into the well here and be able to blow open the back. Pix is deciding, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to farm a couple of bombs real quick, grab these.
But yeah, we have in the vanilla well. Why not just pick up more bombs?
Seems like the right play for me. A book, yeah. So, I mean, honestly, Pix's route might be a little bit better here, because you can run up to check Ped here, coming from the south up to the north, but who knows, we might find a shovel or something in here that'll make latebit's route a little bit better. It's still, way too early to start talking about, like, who's doing what well and all sorts of things like that, because we're just gotta find things at the moment as we see Spike Cave over on Pig's side.
All right, okay, yeah, that's right. Not only do we of course not want to go through there, but we are also like 3 items or 4 items away from being able to actually access that chest. Meanwhile, though, on latebit's side, oh wait, he did find a shop. Maybe he doesn't need bomb. I was gonna say, so he not only found the dam very early on in Kakariko, we actually have Swamp Palace here as well. So, find some flippers, and we're going to be able to get a couple of extra chests in there, too.
Yep, and it looks like there is our pig. They're hanging out at the Smith, at the Magic Bat drop there, the usual Smith's house. We're going to grab a couple of more single item checks here. We're actually firing through the single item checks pretty quickly in this early part here. Not a whole lot of dungeons, but definitely a lot of, like, single things here that are kind of nice.
Yeah. And of course, as you kind of reminded very early on, the very first entrance that they ended up finding actually was Paradox Cave. No bombs, of course, to be able to actually do anything there, but you know, we've got, at least on latebit's side, we got a little bit of resources, so very lucrative 7 items right over there too. Looks like we also did find another, what was it? Big key to Skull Woods. Not quite useful quite yet, but we haven't been over there yet, so when we get over there, it's gonna be another free check.
And Pix is going to have a chance here to go ahead and pick up the bombs. So he'll be at 10. And man, honestly, this Kakariko is kind of an interesting one because there's not any connectors inside of it. Everything is on the outside. So this is going to be kind of an interesting light world, overworld rest of the game here because we haven't really found a ton. We've seen a little bit from desert. We've seen that one desert entrance here. We know that Paradox Cave is up at the very top of the world, and is actually really convenient so far because our sank spot being right next to that. It's man, I'm kind of curious what this seed's gonna have for us. We're only 10 minutes in, and it's got my eyebrows raised just a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, right, like, we have, it certainly seems like quite a number of different options, but no real, I guess, like, direction so far as to, this is gonna be the place that I should go to first.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like as soon as, if your Pix here, he's gonna run through the rest of this, check all of the Kakariko entrances here, not really find too much interesting, you know, he'll get the dam and, you know, the couple of chests that are in there, but after that, we're going to head probably up to Ped and then into Paradox Cave, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, but it looks like, though, right now, Pix and latebit are just kind of retracing each other's steps. You know, Kakariko, you know, as you did mention, not a lot of connectors, but we got a single entrance / item caves. So really just kind of go through the motions in this case and just, you know, kind of loot everything that is inside the village before kind of heading out into one of the connectors that we can follow.
Yep, and latebit going to get this very last one here, and... okay, I was kind of expecting to see a save and quit, kind of think it'll come now. There it is, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, no shovel means that we really don't have much incentive to keep going into South Light Worlds, at least, you know, from the village perspective, so...
Right, definitely. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on there that you want to make that walk for. A save and quit is just going to be your fastest way, so we're going to get a quick back of escape check here on, latebit's side here, grab these 3 items, see if it's anything, and then probably save and quit again, and then head to Paradox Cave.
Alright, more money. A lot more money. A little bit more money. Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna go to Paradox Cave.
Yeah, significant amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, certainly at this point, I think, yeah, I mean, after he houlihaned the first time, you know, I think we already were set for life, you know, for money, for financial reasons, but, you know, that 300 basically just, I mean, we can basically just buy whatever we want now. Potions, Zora, pod some more. We can probably even go to the gamble game in order to, you know, blow some more extra money.
Yeah, and according to our tracker there, we had picked up a map. It looks like we have a pendant TR today, so wow, it's yeah, just kind of gonna be what it is here. Is Pic's gonna go ahead and do his damn enter and exit and enter again, as we see our first interesting-ish kind of item in Paradox Cave going to be the Bombos medallion, and now we gotta oh, this is okay, now latebit
yeah, he does have to be a little bit careful, and he is
you don't have anything to...
Oh my gosh, how did it hit? Dude, and he gets a sword! That is like the luckiest bomb! Oh my gosh.
How did that work?
Totally amazing on latebit's side. Actually, and I guess with that sword, he actually could have probably used Bombos in a pinch if he really needed to as well. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, that's craziness, that actually worked out. I mean, you know, that's exactly the way that you draw it up there, is we find that one of the Paradox Cave exits is utterly
yeah, we're not gonna go through that again. Yep, it's just one of those, is like, you just mark it as gray and then you're done. All right.
And Desert Big Key not showing us a whole lot of use either there, as that just gets us a fantastic, amazing shield.
We're 1/3 of the way to Logic for Laser Bridge. Yep.
That's true. That's true. That is something to keep in mind.
Yes.
Have not seen a cape yet. Have not seen Burna, so that might be the thing. But how about a hammer that was sitting under the water?
That's a pretty nice find in this case. You know, it's kind of one of those you throw your crummy, broken up hammer into the fountain, and then drain it, and then magically you get a magic hammer that does a whole heck of a lot more.
And how about the other exit of Paradox Cave here? Now let's see here. Can Pix get through here? The mini Moldarms are gonna play nice. Well done there.
Yeah, and he has more than 2 bombs to his name, so hopefully he's going to have a little bit of an easier time with the mini Moldarms up top. And of course, we saw that on latebit side, we are going to get very nicely rewarded with that sword that Pix was really hoping in this case, right, in order to get before like the 45-minute mark.
Yeah, assuming that that the mini Moldarms up top here will be able to, kind of give him a little bit of space to work with, he should be able to get that sword, and then at that point things become a lot easier. See if he's been practicing this room, because the best way to do it is to put one bomb up immediately and then the second bomb there, but we're gonna get a sword, so that's gonna make things a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, he even opened the correct chest the first time. Oh my gosh, Pix.
Pix, you have a sword, bud.
Alright. Oh wow, that little guy is just stuck. Alright, so it looks like he is not interested in checking other connectors. He just says, you know what, I got a sword out of this. I got bombos as well. I'm out of here.
Yeah. I mean, he got through that. Well done there. Probably made the smart decision by just getting on out of there, because now at this point he can just immediately turn around and grab his, what was it, 355 rupees or something that's hanging out here?
That's right. We got, in order from right to left, it was 50 rupees, 305. Yeah.
There
Good
we
number.
are. I occasionally surprise myself.
Actually, actually on latebit side, you mentioned, like Pix actually saw the bombs here. Latebit actually walked around and took the extra 30 whatever seconds in order to get the 3 bombs from the Lost West dropdown.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you're down to 0 bombs. Having 3 bombs before exploring the rest of the world is kind of what you want to do. So
yeah.
I totally get that. So we're gonna blow open this one check here at kind of light world type cave situation and see a nothing.
I think that's vanilla, or it is one of the fairy fountains. But yes, it is completely not useful right now. Even though we're not exactly on the best of health, it's okay. But probably not going to be worth their time in order to refill like the 1 and 2 hearts that they have.
I'm trying to figure out exactly where latebit got the additional heart on Pix right now. It's got one person's got 6 and the other person's got 5. I mean, maybe there was another cave right here that I'm just not thinking about right now. So let's find out. We got nope, that was Hotel Mario. So onward, we're gonna keep walking and try to find something of interest, I suppose.
Yeah, Pix with his effectively infinite amount of cash right now. I understand it's not even at the 1,000 rupee mark yet, but given that he may feel a little bit of like buyer's remorse from the earlier 3 bombs, but again, better to be safer than sorry, because in this case, he just ended up finding a bomb shop. Didn't have to always find one, but both in this case are very well stocked.
Yeah, definitely. Having this early just items is really good until you get a little bit later into the seed, and then you are sitting with just full bombs, full all 4 swords, all 3 armors, everything.
Yeah,
you're feeling real good about then. Now, one good thing for latebit here, he remembering that he has that book. Is not going to be orphaning this one Desert Palace entrance here, which has C-shape house behind it, and 20 rupees. So not a payoff, but also something that Pix is probably going to have on his mind again for later. Right.
Yeah, and also, latebit does have a little bit of extra knowledge. We did see a mystery small key on Desert Ledge. So, while it's only a small key, there are of course a couple of important small keys out there. Like for example, Swamp Small, right? That's a pretty important one. But something maybe to keep in mind if we ever kind of find a connector over there. Maybe in this case, it might incentivize latebit to chase them a little bit more. Although we kind of have to find connectors first in order to chase them. Like we've only found a couple. Speaking of connectors, we found Hookshot Cave. Yes.
Yep, that this would be a connector to something. We'll find out. And latebit has also found a dark connector there. Now, without having the music up on my side there, I couldn't tell which one it was, but I'm guessing that probably was. It's either Dark Death Mountain Descent, or that might have been the back of Old Man. Kind of hard to tell which one it was.
Meanwhile, though, looks like so the other side of Hookshot actually spits us out at Dark Shopping Mall in over to like the Dark Ice Rock Cave area. So actually, could be a fairly interesting and convenient connector over there. We can't do anything right now. As Pix just kind of demonstrated by saving, quitting. No Pearl, no Mirror, but at least it is a place that we can get to relatively quickly.
That's kind of the important thing, and Pix is going to make his way over here to go grab his hammer, which is going to be, really nice for him. And latebit side, that is going to be the nice end of Super Bunny Cave, because you're not going to get locked out.
Exactly.
You're gonna have a good time and find out that Super Bunny Cave not actually having anything, but I mean it's finished.
Yeah, that's true. We just got a couple of extra check marks on us, but yes, the important part is at least we've got our peace of mind that we can at least just write it off.
All right. Now, big shout outs there to our trackers there today, Tofile and Becky Scott Fairley there for clicking buttons as that's stupid. What are you doing? So there's the other end of Super Bunny Cave, right next to the other end of Super Bunny Cave.
Easy. Yeah, can we just... I guess we're just going to write off Super Bunny Cave at this point. We don't really need to... I think we're never going there ever again.
I have a complaint.
Yeah, could you space out the connectors a little bit more? We're expecting some, intra, world or cross-world travel here.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment right now, I'm starting to think, because we have the knowledge of pretty much every entrance in the game right now, and I'm starting to think that that death that Pix took up on Death Mountain there is gonna be kind of a big deal. That looks like the only thing that we really have that's available to do.
Did we see Desert, right? Out of curiosity?
Huh?
Did we see Desert Left?
Desert Left, yep. Pix jumped out of Desert Left, and that is actually Desert Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
To get completely confused there, Desert Left is Desert Right.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, actually, it does look like in this case the mountain is going to be in this case probably going to be our next set of at least a logical progression.
And
that's at least they have a sword and a hammer, right? For what it's worth, right? Unlike the last time they were there, 4 hearts, nothing to defend themselves with, not even a shield.
Yeah, and the only thing that we are missing right now is is potion shop as well. So I mean, we could find something there. I guess we'll take a look in just a minute here, as Pix is going to go ahead and probably take this. We are seeing a couple of things there. That Chain Chomp's room is in logic, because if it just can be at times, and that'll be that. Unfortunately, Pix is going to choose the wrong connector here. Going to go through Paradox Cave and get locked out at the waterfall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I love Chomps when I'm especially on one-hit KO mode and nothing to defend myself with.
That's fine. You pick up the heart from the pokey room, and then everything's good. Yeah,
everything's good. You know what? So long as we have an extra 5th heart, that's really all we need. Because then at least we can tank 1 hit from the Chomps if they decide to not play nice with us.
Yep. So, all right. Both runners have now basically mapped out the most of the dark of the overworld here, and then it's time to play everyone's favorite game of which connector and which one is it supposed to be. As I guess for Pix, he's gonna this is to go back and check that desert connector. I think not desert connector, but that desert entrance on his side.
And I think also he's gonna be able to check out the desert big chest. He hasn't done that yet. That's where Pix got his fighter shield.
Oh, yeah, well, latebit. Yeah, latebit's going to be
latebit, yes, you're right. I'm staring at latebit's name, and I don't know what I said.
This is gonna, not help him, but, I mean, at this point, we're just waiting to find whatever the progression is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need something to open up, right? I mean, so it could be Mirror, right? We do have an entrance over to Actually, no, I don't even think that would necessarily help right now. But I mean, like, so a glove could be pretty helpful, right? We've got a couple of rocks that we can lift. Boots, of course, would always be nice. We do have a couple of boots lock locations as well. It has to be something. Mm-hmm.
I would enjoy, quite honestly, if it's just the Moon Pearl, and then the game is just saying, okay, so you know that one entrance in Dark Shopping Mall that you now have access to? That's your progression. Good luck, have fun.
Oh, days. You're still in this tournament, right?
I'm in this tournament, but I'm the one back here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you must really be hoping for these terrible scenarios to happen like now, so that you don't have to face them later.
Listen, I'm still salty about last night, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we'll see what we get here. All right, so latebit has found the what I would say is probably the most intriguing entrance here, and with the sword, he can just tell this
exactly.
Tell this guy to get the heck out of his way, as that's going to be just old man. Old man.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, like, we have a connector over here, not the best connector, so you know, old man starting point wouldn't necessarily be like the worst thing.
It's
but
chomps.
Yeah,
it's chomps.
Yeah, because those two entrances didn't do us any good.
It's chomps. That's gotta be chomps. That's awful. I mean, that's not fun.
Well, looks like actually latebit is pondering in this case, you know, where he ends up needing to go.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see exactly here. Is Pig's taking no chances. Just out of the way. Get out of the way.
Yep, that's right. I already suffered, you know, almost one death against you. I suffered already an overworld death against, in this case, the dead rocks. There's no reason that I can't use the sword that I have.
Yeah, definitely. All right, now this is very interesting here. Pix is going to go through through this cave to find out exactly where this sucker is going to take him. Latebit doing the probably likely logical progression, because Pix is going to end up on Turtle Rock Ledge up here, which is a good one to know, and then find that he's locked out on the other side as we find the Quarreling Brothers connector.
Yeah, so certainly good places to go back to when we have a pearl, or a mirror for that matter. Lots of interests to be able to explore.
As we meet our good friend Bombos Medallion here.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you, Bombos. This is one of those great places where you want to be able to use it for. Fighting Pokies with a fighter sword is doable, but certainly not recommended. Yeah,
no, you definitely want to take this thing here. Now, Pix may be on the right track as well here, because we did, mentioning earlier, we did kind of forget that nobody has been to the Witch's Hut yet right now, the potion shop. And this is one of those places where you kind of wonder if you did any sort of scouting on your opponent. Does my opponent like to get to the witch's shop early? Just because that's a very common start.
Oh my gosh!
This turns out to be Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, this is a pretty good spot right here. We do have one chest that's in logic. Looks like Pix is actually going to be opting to check a couple connectors first. Unfortunately, he does get locked out, but oh my gosh. Alright, so we did find progression though on latebit's side, which is the glove. But as we say, good news is on Pix's side is that we did find the mire entrance, so potentially in this case, you know, flute is not hard required.
Well, you were mentioning that mirror was maybe not useful. It just got a little bit more useful.
When did I say a mirror is not going to be useful? Isn't like a mirror like one of the most useful things in Crosskeys?
Well, I mean, it wasn't useful at the time, but
yeah, that's true.
Now, Pix chose poorly by going out that one connector, right? But at the same time, immediately to the left of that, he goes ahead and he finds the Hyrule Castle small key.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Did you just miss an entrance there? I think he didn't go to the other entrance there in the Mire area.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a dark Agina, right?
Yeah, he just skipped that. Oops. Alright, well, hopefully that's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just another, you know, fairy fountain or something that, you know, we don't ever have to, you know, that certainly won't hopefully go and bite him later, like 2 hours from now.
Never be a problem. Never an issue. Everything's fine. Don't worry about
it. Yeah. All right.
I mean,
so
he'll come back with the mirror, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mirror, flute, boots, second sword.
It's gonna be great.
It'll be fine. We don't have to worry about that right now. And you know what? If Pix doesn't even recognize that he forgot that entrance, it's just no burden to him. He's just gonna be, happily going on his way. latebit does need to be a bit careful, even though he does have a sword. He does definitely not want to get crabbed over here. They do 2 hearts of damage.
All right. Well, let's. All right. It looks like latebit's not finding the answer here so far with his gloves. I mean, I guess we got to go to Sanctuary and maybe we can check the other one. Hi, booties.
Oh yes. All right. Of course. We don't need that Hyrule Castle small key, but late picks. First one to find boots. It's all 30 minutes in the sea. We're gonna be able to go do a really nice casual boots escape, basically with that hammer as well.
That's got to be a terrible feeling, though. Because you could have had that from the word go, pretty much. Like, you could have had that 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's actually really true, right? Especially if you are a, commonly seen, Link's House starter, Big Flipper over to the Wishes Hut and kind of see what you get. To be able to basically get that check, but you don't even have to kill anything either, right? Just be able to get those boots. Yeah,
you just walk right in, come in, wander over there, see, all right, let me check this one chest because I'm here real fast and do this. And latebit is confused and trying to figure out what it is that he's missed. Eventually, it's going to dawn on him that, you left one thing out, and hopefully he's not thinking Zora right now, as Pix has now got to run away from the guard real fast.
That looks like the guard is also following. Oh my gosh, Pix, run. Alright, okay, you know what, forget it. We got a couple of extra bombs we can spare if he wants to, take a death warp. We don't need guards.
Alright, so we get an in-logic pod key to something that we can't really do, as it looks like latebit's on the right track here. He's gonna get his way over to Hyrule Castle and find out, is it the boots that we need to be following, or is it these nectars that we need to be following? I mean, either way, getting the boots, that's excellent.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's certainly gonna feel, well, I mean, we're just gonna be happy the fact that we did, find boots. Looks like it is gonna be a new check. He was maybe thinking about going in, maybe he was thinking about Zora, I guess I'm not sure, but at least he's gonna opt to, take a dip, which is exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, definitely. And for latebit here, gonna go back. He'll get his boots here just maybe about 2 minutes after Pix, so that'll work out real well. As looks like we've got Pix making his way down down to Dark Cross here. Hopefully, we'll just dash off this wall and then be able to set himself up for getting whatever that chest is. Of course, there is a rope right in the way, because there always is, and so you're gonna fail it the first time because this guy's just annoying.
Yep, Alright, but at least, Pix successfully has navigated over to Dark Cross. And I guess, for what it's worth, right, this is, Hyrule Castle is still in the light world, the entrance that they came into. Doesn't have to worry about these ropes doing 2 hearts of damage if we had to come over from the Dark World.
Yep. And, he's made his way out, and we're going to get to see what this other entrance takes us to here. So if this takes us to the mountain, we were going to have a lot of things to do. If not, we're going to probably be limited to the 2 boots locations that are in logic.
Yeah, we've got bonk rocks, regular bonk rocks near Sanctuary. Everyone's got bonk rocks near Link's house as well. Alright, Pix, finding. Oh, well, that's 2 more checks that's open to us.
And that's terrible for Pix, right there, because not having the glove there means he's going to have to leave behind.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is very true. It's not like it's not terrible to get back to, but it's also, again, it's not very convenient.
Yeah, you'd rather not have to make that walk all the way back, because our first boots entrance there is just one of the nothing huts there. I wasn't even sure which one it was, but
it was some house, some house that we find somewhere that we basically never see again.
Yeah, it's a good place to go, and if you're really desperate for hearts, there you can lift up a couple of pots and grab 1 or 2 of them. But yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So very reasonable play here on Pix's side. He just got the boots. He doesn't have the glove yet from Chomps that we saw at late bit grab earlier. So he's definitely going to just chase these boost locations, which it looks like. All right. So this is the other end of Spiral Cave. We haven't found the item entrance yet, but at least we know it's where it's going to spit us out. It's not going to be very useful.
And I think Pix must know exactly what he's doing here. Well, or maybe not. He's doing the other smart thing. He's gonna take that one Desert Palace key and come and take a look here as a Curly Fry Cave gets a quick shout out.
Yeah.
There. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So what are these two chests we got back here? It's a
Pix, open the chest.
Moon Pearl. All right.
Important chest that we have to open.
All right, so a Moon Pearl for Pix here is really good. Now, unfortunately, that means for late bit, he's going to have to come all the way back through Hyrule Castle to go get that Desert Palace key off of the ledge, to go all the way back to Desert Palace to go get his Moon Pearl because game's fun.
Yes.
But what does that pearl actually do?
We can get over to Dark Shopping Mall area.
Yeah.
And that is another interest that we could take.
And this is just kind of unfortunate for Pix, is not gonna have that glove. So
and as Becky Scott Farley, also our tracker, pointing out that we also did find the Corley Brothers connector. You know, as Pix on Pix's side when we were trying to basically dig out other connectors as well. Oh yeah, Pix also reminding us we also do have the first chest of Cookshot Cave, which was Ether. Does Pix hover? Because it looks like we're gonna get an attempt here.
Pix is thinking about hovering. You know that one cave though that Pix did forget over in the. Oh my God! Nice.
The Dark Agina as well. That is an entrance. Yes.
We just saw it. It was Blind's hut.
Oh well, that's kind of important.
Significant.
Just a little.
We're gonna go with significant there. So late bit now knows that Blind's hut's over there. Pix does not know that yet, and he'll be able to check this one entrance here. He's not gonna be able to lift up this rock, unfortunately, at this, and we'll find out. Is he gonna continue? No,
looks like no. Not gonna opt for that extra bomb. I guess that we know this there, but you know he's a 3. He should be okay. Definitely does not need the magic though.
Yeah, that's kind of a shame there. So I think for him, if he wants to break logic, which is completely optional, there he can go ahead and go through the back of a old man there to the brothers connector on Turtle Rock Ledge. See exactly where that takes him, but that's altogether not overly helpful. Oh God! All right.
Oh well. Okay. All right. So the good news for late bit is that he's here in pod and he's going to be able to get a couple checks. Shooter room. If he's comfortable breaking out the bow lock side, he can get 2 extra checks there. We do have 1 small key. The good news for Pix is that there's only been 1 pod key so far, so we can't make too many checks here in pod. So hopefully in this case it's not gonna bite Pix too hard.
Yeah, I mean this is the trick with this is it's just kind of like AA's pointing out in chat is the knowledge difference between the 2 runners right now is getting to be fairly significant. It's this glove has made it so that late bit could check a whole bunch of stuff there, and yeah, while these entrances might be easy enough to get back to, like, the trick is you have to get back to it.
Yeah, that's also true, right? And kind of like the, oh my gosh, we found a bow. Forget about sequence breaking. We're just gonna get it logically.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I mean, thanks, game.
It's the efficiency of it, It's things are really kind of coming up late bit right now. It did kind of seem like, so you chose going over to, we had that thing there where, Pix got boots, but the glove was probably the more useful of the 2 things at that time, as Pix.
Oh no, Pix. Yeah, that is a very unfortunate death. I mean, he is going to be able to go back and redo this part, but I mean, especially when we know, right, that basically is his logical progression to the clubs, it's certainly going to be a little bit of a time loss on his side.
Yeah, the other problem here that I don't know if he's aware of at the moment is his bombs situation. He's got 1, and looking at what he's got to be able to actually hit the switches with right now. Hopefully he remembers to pick up the bombs in the top right up here. So we'll see though.
Okay, good on him to remember, or know at least in this case, that this is actually quite a bit of resource refills.
Yep, that is definitely helpful here, as we're going to see latebit come out of Hyrule Castle here, so this is going to work out alright for him. Alright, so if Pix gets this one, he should be alright, should be able to hit the switch here, okay. Now if he gets this, throws this bomb up, and don't have to get it particularly close now, don't go high!
Oh my gosh! Alright, the good news is he has 5 hearts, he is not going to be, dead if he hits, a chomp. In this case, right? Alright, he got his glove.
Yeah, if you're trying to do that, right? If you're trying to do that, make sure that you make the chomps come try to get you down, right? You if you're up at the top of the room, you're chomp bait at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You're done. Like there's not a whole lot you can do. But if you're at the bottom, you have a lot more room to get around the chomps, and that's where you want to spend your time here. So King Zora over on latebit side, nothing, and saying that since there was nothing on the ledge, we're not going to waste a whole lot of time doing anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the fact that, latebit already had so much cash, right? He hula-handed at the very beginning, and he ended up picking up, 355 rupees from the back of Escape. So even after spending 500 rupees, I don't think it made a dent into his wallet.
And all of a sudden, I do see why everybody was saying, "Hey, no, we have full Dark World access yet." Because sometimes when you play Crosskeys, you totally forget that hammer plus glove plus pearl means you can, just go in through the traditional way. Because you always are thinking about the connectors. It's like, I gotta find the connector to the Dark World. It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, we actually got pretty early traditional Dark World access. I also like, by the way, how when Pix menued and got to the Bombos medallion, we have nothing in the front row, but we have all 3 medallions. You don't often get to see that.
That's good fun times right there. That's good fun times. Alright, so we're in Skullwoods over on Pix's side. latebit is about to pick up his Moon Pearl here, and I kind of wonder if that's going to push him back towards Blind's Hut. I might be very tempted to head that way just because it's guaranteed 5 items.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, it's kind of hard when you have this much now open to you. It's like, do you go back for the 5 items, or do you say, I'll get it later?
It's 5 items, and we are, it's just shy of the 45-minute mark, here for the seed. But I mean, we're still missing quite a bit of stuff. I'm not even sure if there are really that many, I guess, appealing options open, other than I know I have a 5-item cave. Let's just go there. I mean, certainly there are going to be other connectors you can follow as well, but I mean, still, it's 5 items.
Yeah, looks like latebit's deciding not to chase it quite yet here. We're going to go down to the to Hype Cave and find out that, well, we already knew that Turtle Rock was a pendant. Now we know it's a green pendant. So, yay.
Yeah, alright, we got our first bottle, and we got our Master Sword. Always really great to see. Thank you, Sahasrala. You actually have some really great stuff in your closet.
Yeah, Master Sword, I'll take that every day in this mode here, because God knows when it's going to show up otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. We're actually on, surprisingly, the same screen. Amazing.
Going through the same entrances even here, as we're going to pick up a couple more bombs for Pix, and latebit says, no, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, he's got 7 bombs, probably okay.
Well, alright, well, so things we can do right now. I mean, we've got everything basically opened up for these guys here. If they want to make their way up to Catfish, they can do that. I don't know if Dark Shopping Mall makes any sense for latebit to maybe set up a fake flipper. I don't know if he went through Hookshot Cave, though, so in his case, he might set that up. This might be one time where you want to try to find yourself, end your route over at Pod, but looks like we're gonna go get the free items over here first, and which I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to check out Dark Bonk Rocks besides the bomb shop, and then also the bomb shop itself. It looks like we get a slightly displaced King's Tomb. Hey, there is a fire source, also a light source as well on late bit side. So in this case, we can also follow the back of the old man's connector as well, right?
Yes, that does open that up. That is now into logic. Also, if we happen to run into Desert Back here, that is going to be able to give us a completable dungeon with that fire source. Oh
yeah. Also, very excellent point. I am always up for seeing some bow landmos on late bit side, especially. And actually looking at his repertoire, it's actually arguably one of the best weapons in order to kill landmos in this case.
I mean, yeah. I mean, unless you want to try to use that amazing hammer hitbox for it, you're probably about as doing it NMG style is probably your best option. Unless you can, or if you want to do some real fun stuff with the bombs and everything there, you can set up some interesting fun things there. Alright, so, late bit over at Dig Game, we're doing a whole lot of digs to hopefully find something interesting. Pix instead is going to make his way over to the pod area and see what we find over here. So he's going to start with some shops. Late bit is going to pick up his 3 bomb pack and looks like probably going to be running back across the world, it seems like. Hello, Misery Mire. That's going to be a mire there at the monkey house there in the middle of the pod area. You can get in there. Not a whole lot you can really do. Well, in logic, not a whole lot you can do, but you can get 6 chests.
Oh, we did find powder, it looks like, also on library. We have seen Magic Bat, at least for sure, on Pix's side. Trying to remember which drop down it was. It was something pretty early, but yeah, that is going to be also something available.
Yeah, Magic Bat here. I can give you that information. That's at Useless Berry.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Top File. Yes, our trackers are totally on the ball.
Yeah, there's so much that you have to do when you're doing a Crosskeys thing, and having trackers here who are really paying attention and know where everything is unbelievably useful to. Not to chat and also to us.
Yeah, exactly.
like we need to know exactly what's going on here right now. So, okay, into our good friend pod entrance here, all on Pix side, and we're gonna see some blue mail. So yes, please. I've got 6 hearts still at 45 minutes in.
Yeah, so blue mail certainly at this point is going to be pretty good. You know, unfortunately, we still don't have that mirror yet, so death warping might be a little bit longer in this case with blue mail, but, you know, survivability is probably going to be one of those things that are on the forefront of your mind versus how long is it going to delay me to death warp out of a dungeon.
Yeah, definitely here. As okay, so on late bit's side, he made his way up to Catfish, and I'm kind of curious if he's gonna curl his way back down south to go into the pod area, because I'm thinking Misery Mire is interesting. Putting it off there, not necessarily a terrible idea, as late bit decides, you know what, Catfish is a good ending place. I'm gonna stop here, and it looks like both guys are gonna make their way kind of into the traditional portal over here by Kakariko.
Yeah,
sorry,
actually,
words.
No. Yeah, I was actually wondering. Pix is late, but is also exploring the Lost Woods. I was actually wondering if either of them were going to give us a pet check with that newly found book that we had earlier. Looks like at least late is going to. He's really taking us for quite a turn here in Lost Woods.
I mean, when you can show us everything, you show us everything.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Something,
yes. At this point, it's probably, I assume it's going to be a crystal dungeon.
Yeah. It is a map to something. That's as far as we can get there. As Pix did show us when he was in Skull Woods the last time that this is the bad layout for Skull Woods. So he went ahead and just decided, you know what, forget it. Let me not try to do this when I have a mirror. And it's gonna go ahead and check out what's in the back here. So we got one item there from a key to pod. Yeah, so that's kind of nice, I guess. He can when he gets back to pod, he'll be able to do a little bit more in there than latebit was. So if there's something in the back, that's great, I guess. But yeah, not a great reward.
Yeah, and really like what latebit found in pod, at least like the front of it was actually just a bow. It hasn't really it's been great for for latebit, but it hasn't really led to much progression. So certainly not really going to be hurting Pix for delaying pod a bit.
Right, we're getting a fancy little little
I had not
hammer
seen that
set
setup before. Very interesting.
For a little background on both of these guys, latebit is, underrated, is the way that I would refer to him. He was the 2021 Challenge Cup champ, going so far as to beat Zero Rush there in the finals, and doing, that tells you a little bit about his pedigree. So man can play. Pix is newer, and he spent a lot of time doing glitches and that category. So he, things like that hammer dash and stuff like that, where he's familiar with that stuff to get himself on the right pixel and stuff like that. He's still a very capable player in his own right.
Oh no, for sure. But both these guys are actually quite capable, as we are actually seeing an Eastern Palace dip on latebit side.
Well, we've got a bow.
We do in fact have a bow.
If there's an Eastern Palace big key in here, you're gonna start feeling really good about yourself. If there's not, you're gonna start feeling very salty about probably coming back here second time.
Yeah, well, let us hope in this case that there's going to be something beneficial. Meanwhile, though, we do find another single item cave here on Pix's side, which is giving us a nice chest turn in Chicken Hut.
Breaking out all the swag today here, it looked like, as man. We're going to go get a small key to Misery Mire there. Okay, so that opens up a little bit more in Mire. That once latebit gets over there, he can go ahead and do. But I guess we'll keep working our way through, as we're making our way just through the Village of Outcasts area, trying to find something as the case. So there is the other end of the Quarreling Brothers. That's a pretty I don't know. That's a pretty quick way back to this area.
Oh my gosh! Did you see what latebit picked up at Eastern Palace days?
I see it's shiny.
It is very shiny. It is very round. It is not a bottle, for the record. It is, in fact, a mirror. That's pretty dang useful here, I believe, at Crosskeys.
I would take that. I would take that very much, because that's going to open up the world to you at this point. So that's really good. So it turns out that we're going to want to go ahead and try to get try to see if Pix goes ahead and dips Eastern himself here. Now the Pix, on the other hand, they're much kind of a simpler decision there. Found Waterfall Fairy, went right in and just immediately got paid out there, because that's the pod big key.
Oh yeah, so that he's going to be able to access even more, including the big chest in the back of pod as well. Assuming he knows how to sequence breakout and hammer down, which I assume at this point everybody who's playing this does. Another pod key. Okay, I think that's where we're going next. Assuming Pix finds pod. Very, very interested probably in going in at this point.
I think Pix will find pod if he dips Eastern, because then he'll have the mirror and he'll be like, okay, I can just do this. What direction are you going? Oh, right, setting up the death warp. There's a guy over here that's a lot easier to set up the death warp on.
Oh my god! Oh, poor.
You know what? Good choice, Pix.
Yeah, yes. All right. Well, so we picked up Red Rail. Okay. The good news, of course, is that assuming. Oh my gosh, that's right. We forgot about the fairy that Saha gave us. Is this gonna be a saving quit or no? Pix's tenacity is gonna pay off well for him in order to be able to death morph out.
You know, sometimes you just gotta die.
Poor guy. Poor guy. I was gonna say, the good news is, though, of course, assuming he does dip Eastern Palace, he is at least gonna find the mirror, so the red mail won't be, you know, as detrimental and kind of counter to his cause.
Yeah. I mean, there is that. So, but getting through there, finally was able to sacrifice himself to that blue guard there, and now he can continue on with the rest of his journey. As we're finding another connector there at King's Tomb over on latebit side, and we're gonna push this one, see where we go, and that's gonna be the bumper ledge. So this is another great thing that we found mirror, because the other side of this is graveyard ledge. Okay, so that's another single item cave with a lovely key.
Oh man, what is this chain? Is it the oh jeez. Okay, that is a pretty nice small key to have. Yeah. We haven't found Thieves Town yet, but I mean, you definitely want to be able to have the hammer in Thieves Town small when you eventually go into Thieves Town, you find the big key. Yeah.
I mean, you will not complain about this whatsoever. Okay, so big moment for Pix here. He's going to lift up this rock. We're going to walk into the bottom side of the bumper cave entrance here, and it's find Eastern.
Oh my God, she's thinking. All right, good job, Pix. Good job. This is gonna pay off beautifully for you.
All right, Pix pulling the Korek, not pulling the Zelda.
That's exactly correct. Decision.
All right. So for late bit, we've got ourselves a decision to go make here, as he's realized, I couldn't go back the way I wanted to, so I guess I'm gonna be go through the connector again, jump down off of a bumper ledge, come down to the bottom here, and find a whole lot of nothing. So now what? All right, we've mapped the world. We've got something to do. I really don't know what we're supposed to do right now.
At this point I think we have like too much to do, right? Because as you said, right? I mean, like, especially with the mirror that latebit picked up from Eastern, which Pix is actually gonna get very shortly here in the compass chest. I mean, like, we can pretty much go wherever we want, Light World and Dark World. You know, of course, oftentimes the crossroads don't actually need the mitts in order to actually do anything. So, you know, at this point, I think they have a lot of free reign. And not only, you know, we're also kind of being reminded, right, that we're picking up a couple of extra keys, especially the pod. That is going to be another place, you know, of a lot of items that we can get.
Yeah, this mirror's got to lead to something, right? I mean, that's really where we're at right now. This mirror seems to be the linchpin of this entire seed. So let's see let's see what we do with it here. As Tofile's going to have a couple of options down with the race game in K45, and this honestly, this bow plus this pod big key are gonna probably push him back down towards pod as well. Maybe that 5-item cave down in Blind's Hut there, down in the Mire area.
Yeah, actually, so we, at least on, you know, latebit just picked up his pod big key that Pix actually did pick up earlier. We have a handful of pod small keys. You know, we don't actually know, I guess, at this point, a lot of what our crystals and pendants are, but, so Days, a question for you. With the ability to clear out, to beat Helmasaur, would you do it? Versus saving a pod key and just trying to get more items?
If I'm Pix and I'm sitting with 3 keys, yeah, I'm gonna leave behind Harmless Hellway. I'm gonna leave behind Big Chest, and then I'm just gonna pray to everything unholy that that there's nothing in there, and I never have to come back. But if I'm late bit right now, I probably go to the back, and then I probably go to the back and pray for a Yeah, pray for
Yeah.
another key there.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, there's certainly nothing precluding, in this case, a pod key being in pod. But yeah, I think like oh my gosh, well, a pod key can actually just be right here because with the mirror, we just found mini Mulder on latebit side.
Yeah, that we're starting to ping all of these 5-item caves. So we'll get the big key to Tower of Hera. We're gonna get a cape, which is good because we did find the bumper cave connector here a second ago, and the shovel for extra intrigue. And
Yeah, and I guess for what it's worth, right? Latebit or North for that matter has been over to like the dark South Dark world, right? So K45, Stumpy, dig game. So it's going to be pretty nice to be able to combine that.
Yep. That'll make things kind of nice here. As we're gonna go up here, grab a thing, and we'll find. Well, okay. Bumper cave is no longer a question.
Okay. Yep.
Sure.
All right. So we're just gonna mark that one straight off our trackers.
And for latebit, this actually kind of works because he can just kind of continue his route. It's all done. He can just slide right through, no problem, and come kind of right back to the Village of Outcast here. Not lose any of his progress. Not lose anything. Picks just go back through, bud. Oh well. And with latebit's route here, I kind of understand. He's going to go down. He's going to check this K45 entrance really quick here. And then probably, hopefully, go back up to check the laser bridge. Not laser bridge, but the race game entrance. Sees Ice Palace. Has the ability to complete
Interesting. Yeah. But looks like maybe he doesn't want to go in without a fire rod. Or maybe he doesn't feel comfortable on this equipment. Maybe he's trying to look for a big key in the surrounding area.
I feel like this is, let maybe look for a big key. Maybe there's, because he didn't do race game yet, so let's dig up here, see what we get. I mean, because if you all of a sudden dig up a big key, sweet, cool. You dig up a tempered sword.
Sweet, cool. You are real happy. That's right.
The other thing, if you dig up Samaria, yeah, sweet, cool. Let me take that, 100%. Okay, we get a look over on the pyramid. We saw that earlier, that the pyramid item not actually interesting, but we are gonna get the 3 checks up on top here.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh, all right. Well, latebit has hit quite a great location. GT, tons of items here. No hook shot, at least for the time being. So if we can kind of bonk our way over, in this case to Stalfos room and beyond, but certainly not going to be in logic. But more importantly, though, we do have the hammer in order to get us over to the left side.
Right, as I think that's our first look at the spec rock connector there on Pixar.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's gonna just be nothing on the important side of it there, but kind of a good thing to remember. You don't want to forget that, just in case that comes back to bite you later. Mushroom
very
for
cute.
Blonkerox. And we're doing this the hard way on latebit's side there, but gets that first bomb jump there, and then is able to bonk across. So he'll see what's in Stalfos room, gets rewarded, gets that tempered sword we were talking about. All of a sudden, doing Ice Palace becomes a little bit more, palatable.
Yeah, we definitely can go back to reading our textbooks, doing some nice like tempered sword NMG-esque cool stair kills. Like the Pix is latebit is at least going to try and bonk his way over to left side of GT and continue. Does he want to do map chest? This is locked by 4 GT smalls. It looks like he thinking about it, but he's just gonna opt to skip the chest for now, which is totally understandable.
That's true. I mean, yeah, you come in, if you only came in here with the 1 key, you probably don't really want to deal with that too much. I've never seen that strap before to avoid that when you don't have anything right at hand to do do that. Kind of good. Picks very smartly, going ahead and immediately turning in that mushroom.
Yeah,
Just being like, I don't want this. I just want the item when I find the potion shop, please.
Exactly. Yeah, very efficient, by the way, on Pix's side, right? He hasn't visited Zora yet, so you know he is definitely going to be able to combine Zora with the mirror and after Catfish.
Yeah, I mean, because like the one thing about where both Ice Palace and GT are is with them being relatively close to like the flute spot for mirror portal there. It's not that tricky to get back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, speaking of though, where is that? You know, are we gonna see a flute show up here? You know, I would like to be able to see a flute show up just in case, you know, it does give us a little bit nicer, you know, movement on the overworld. But you know, given that we've already found a Mire area connector, you know, my hopes of finding a flute are somewhat diminished.
You know what? Speaking of connectors, one thing that we haven't seen is we haven't seen a connector up to the floating island, up to...
Oh yeah, that's true. Up into Dark Death Mountain, right?
There.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that.
And that'll be kind of interesting there, because I'm thinking about things that, you know, that could really still hurt the runners at this point. And I'm kind of going for, like, we're missing, we're missing a way up to Death Mountain, where the flute would take care of that there. If we needed to find that, that wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I'm not sure yet, as we've got an ice rod here that is utterly, hopefully useless.
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
A small cute
Very, very cute game.
Yep, this is like, hey, Turtle Rock's dependent. Here's your ice rod.
Yeah,
Have fun.
exactly. Yeah.
All right, now this is probably very good for Pix here. He's gonna take this mirror and he is heading over to the Misery Mire area. He's gonna go through this Hyrule Castle connector over at the Witch's Hut, assuming that he can get off of these walls here, because apparently Psyduck is not the best swimmer.
You know, I did. He is only a platypus, so. You know, despite him having, you know, duck in his name, I think it maybe just more or less refers to the beak as opposed to like the little flippers.
Could be it. All right, well, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna see exactly what this thing is now. Hopefully, Pix hasn't knocked off that other item over in Dark Agina's cave here. Yeah, hopefully he didn't check that off. I gotta look at his map now. He's still got a green dot there, so hopefully he pays attention.
Okay, maybe he just didn't want to get there earlier because it was harder to get to. Yeah, but that's right. He just with his glove that he was able to get somewhat more later than latebit. But certainly it doesn't seem to at least hurt him with regards to Pod. But he is at least here now with 3 keys, and he is going to have a ton more access versus when latebit with only 1 key.
Right, and I mean, for him, he's kind of going, well, okay, I'll find it. I guess I'll open up things. Now, for Pix, I really hope he doesn't decide to just like YOLO the pod big key chest here, because
that would be unfortunate.
that would be pretty terrible, because I mean, what would happen immediately after that is you would drop down and you'd go, hey, I got a bow and I could have completed the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Oh no, he's doing it. Unfortunately, I know him that he does like to kind of do this occasionally, and this is really gonna bite him. Or it might not. Maybe this pays out.
Maybe this is a pot small key. You know, it's happened before.
We're gonna find out here, but this is gonna be a trick here. That's a Skullwood small key.
That is not the small key that we were looking for, unfortunately.
I mean, we'll find out. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, that the chances of there being a pod small key in the back of pod are, you know, fairly substantial here. Is I think Pix kind of mirrored and then went ahead and goes from there.
Yeah, he probably just didn't quite realize what the implications were, maybe.
I think this is when we laugh real quick, that when he gets to Blind's hut in a minute and finds like 2 small pod keys,
that's true.
Has to immediately turn around. Alright,
come on, Mimics, you can... Alright, that's great. We at least have taken care of the Mimics, and we are going to be able to at least get to the Bowlock side. Yeah, I'm going to assume that he's going to take this 1 small key, he's going to go to the back, right? He's not going to take it to Helmasaur?
Yeah. That would be. Ooh, I feel like that would be wild if he did that. But I mean, latebit is probably on the way, or are we gonna do the pod area? Okay, we're gonna do the pod area on latebit's side, and
we're going straight to Helmasaur. Very interesting.
I'm gonna have words with this boy.
Days, 2 pod keys are just waiting for picks, in blindside. All right, he's gonna get to Helmasaur, and he's gonna get out, and then he's gonna go to blindside, and he's gonna come straight back and go to the back.
I mean, this isn't bad. I mean, to be honest, it's not. It feels a little risky. Is the biggest thing, because like you don't know where the other pod keys are, and if it turns out that you're locking something out of the in the back there, it's another trip to have to come back for it. But I mean, if you go to the back and you don't get another pod key, then you have to come back anyway for Helmasaur. Like, it's not a big deal, but it feels, I don't know, it feels like doing the not having the items is going to be one of these things. On the other side, latebit coming over to the pod area gets Misery Mire, and we're going to start seeing if there's anything in the 6 chests that we have available to right now. We're not going to do
interesting. Yeah. So we came all the way over here to Compass Chest, and of course, a Compass Chest and Manila Bicky Chest, left side Firelock Mire. Not technically logic unless you have 3 small keys, but it is kind of interesting, that he did Compass and then skipped the big chest. But I guess we're going back for it. We're not going back for it. Never mind. Yeah, actually, on Pix's side, I was actually gonna wonder, Days, like if. Would you feel better if you knew this was a crystal? Because I think right now we don't actually know pod is a pendant or a crystal.
That's kind of the other thing I'm thinking about right now. Is like, if this turns out to be a pendant, if a pendant drops here, you're gonna feel kind of cranky, I think. Let's find out. It's gonna be that's a compass. And it's a crystal. Okay, so
right.
At the very least, that paid out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I saw latebit pick up a key off the bridge there. I didn't see which key it was, but we also just got a castle tower small key off of that. Ooh, a big key too. Oh no.
Okay. So as mentioned, by both our trackers, it was a GT small on the bridge chest of Mire, and of course, 2 chests over, we just found GT big. Looks like we are going to leave the cutscene chest, Vanilla Bicky chest of Mire for now. latebit is on blue mail, so he's not going to get totally hammered by the murder dactyl.
I don't hate that play because of the, you're locked behind 3 Mire small keys. You've only got 2 of them. Pix is going to check a checkerboard cave entrance, get it, sick kid, grab a sword that way.
Okay,
so we've got swords everywhere.
Alright, that's fair. So it looks like at least, for the most part, both runners are going to at least be, probably going to be on Gold Sword. If they end up on Tempered, I'm sure they'll be just fine.
Nah, nobody will complain. You'll be all right there. If you're on Gold Sword, I mean, considering where that sword is, I mean, latebit could theoretically skip that, but I mean, that's very, very unlikely. Pix is almost assuredly to get that sword, as he's going to get a bottle. We're getting a heart container, a boomerang. No keys yet.
No keys yet. That boomerang might have helped him out in Chomps with it. Maybe saved him a little bit more time, but certainly nothing to be worried about. Look at that. No worries about skipping early blind spots.
Yeah, I guess not. You could just ignore that almost completely.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, then
we're still missing a lot of stuff. Like, where are any rods? Or sorry, we did find the ice rod behind Ice Armos, but like we kind of need a fire rod too. We would like a hook shot. Flippers? Anyone?
Yeah, we have this. Honestly, we have this lamp. We have 2 Skull Woods keys. I would be would have been very tempted if I was Pix to have just gone through gone down and just beaten Moth, because Moth is sitting at the dam right now. He might go from this direction here.
Oh yeah, that's also a very good point. Yeah, I mean, right. Technically, we need the fire rod and we need 3 small keys, but I mean, we got the lamp, and you know, like it's a relatively straightforward sequence break over. And of course, you know, who cares about key logic at this point of view? Especially if you can get another crystal out of this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, makes sense. For picks, like you can come down here, coming through the Dark World, and go over towards the Ice Palace GT area. So this is going to be lots and lots of things for him. Latebit make his way back. He's going to be. We'll see exactly how he handles Pod with his 1 key. That's a decision time for him.
Yeah, right. And I think the third pod key that Pix had, he found in Skull Woods, at the front of Skull Woods. So and I don't think Latebit in this case has been there yet.
Yeah, Latebit hasn't had a reason to go up there yet, and it's with it being the bad layout, you could definitely see not going in there, as we're diving Spice Palace over here.
Yeah, that's right. All right, okay. Rules of Fire believers. This is where it's time for you to shine. And that's right. And Pix was not Pix. Latebit was over here a little bit earlier, but of course, maybe not the best equipment that he was maybe comfortable with. Decided to opt to not dive Ice Palace, but I think you mentioned, in contrast days, right? We've got Tempered Sword, right? It certainly makes things a heck of a lot nicer. No, not quite Kane yet. Maybe it doesn't make Ice Palace a little bit faster, but it's going to be something that's clearable.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious why. We'll have to ask Latebit why he didn't go in for Ice Palace at the time. Whether it was I don't want to do a Ice Palace without the cane, or I don't want to do Ice Palace without the big key, because I mean both decisions have merit.
Mm-hmm.
Pix is definitely making the more aggressive play. I mean this. Oh. Apparently that didn't hit.
It didn't hit. Okay, yeah. So bomb hitboxes are not quite as predictable.
That looked good to me. So I don't actually know what's going on there. Okay, but the other thing is now for Latebit, we're gonna get to see what was under this rock over here in Dark Shopping Mall, because we hadn't seen it yet, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna get any comedy today or any more puns. Yeah, that's right. And this was Turtle Rock Front. Still no Kena Samaria. So, judging by how fast Latebit decided to bail on Hookshot Cave, looks like we're probably not going to get a Turtle Rock cover today in order to get to the couple first chests.
Oh God! I mean, what if that is probably like a 2-minute hover or something to do that?
If he wants to spare the time.
All right, so Pic's gonna work on getting his. I think he might be a low there. Nope, he's good. All right, cool. It's so hard sometimes telling with the other sprites there whether somebody's got it lined up or not. All right, so we're gonna get around. We're gonna get through this room here. So the Ice Palace bomb jump is successful here, and with the powder here, he can refill his magic in about 3 different places up here. All right, Latebit getting through. I didn't actually see which connector he went through here to get up to this and end up in the middle of Dark Death Mountain and finding Ice Rod Cave, which is something new and not something interesting.
Yeah, it looks like at least he got the middle section though of a Death Mountain kind of explored, so don't have to necessarily worry about finding the top and then kind of like dropping down. So I think that's actually should be it in this case for all of our Death Mountain jump down caves.
Yeah, no, we've got the side of Death Mountain taken care of right now, which is definitely kind of nice. As all right, we've got a angry Hoppy Stalfos Knight over here.
See, look, we got a pod key right there. Nice palace. What were we worried about? Apparently.
All right, and then Tofile, our tracker there, informing us that the connector that Latebit went into was the Mini Moldorm Cave. At Mini Moldorm Cave, it was the Death Mountain Descent Cave. So that was one that I had kind of wondered if that might not have been the way up to Floating Island or something today. So that's good to know. Ice Palace, though. not really
nothing,
having anything here.
Yeah, for Pix at least, he got his one hotkey, which is, pretty important. I think this is actually maybe going to be more beneficial for latebit, right? Because it's going to be his third hotkey, and then he is going to be able to, in this case, go to the back and defeat Humblesore.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's gonna have that choice between going to the back and, well, I mean, yeah, I guess Pix with doing that, one chest up front there, it's this, is we find a hook shot here.
Yeah, that is...
Finally.
Yes. We finally basically have some sort of access. No big key, of course, right? That means that we can't actually, open up a big chest. We just end up picking, at least on latebit side, to both the Ice Palace small keys, but we do have, in this case, one small key in Ice Palace on Pix's side, so routing is going to be a little bit nicer.
I mean, chat can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think there's something with Ice Palace that if you don't have both small keys or something like that, then technically the left side is the right side is hookshot locked, or something like that. I remember somebody working that out at one point. That in Key Sanity, it's got to be that way, that the right side's always hookshot locked. So if you find it in the left side of Ice Palace, the siege just being effectively very mean to you.
Well, I guess this is where all the other pod keys are, because we just found 2 of them in Ice Palace. Okay.
I mean, if you're in the area again, having 5 pod key, being able to get, what, 6 items out of pod is there?
Yeah, that's actually pretty, it's going to be certainly pretty nice.
Alright, and AA there in chat there, everybody give a big thank you for helping create this game. They're giving us the lowdown on exactly how all of that works there, which is 2 small keys or 1 small key and an Ice Palace, big key on the right side of of Ice Palace. Yeah, we'll just go with it's hookshot locked for simplicity's sake.
Yeah. Alright, Pix dropping down. Only Bombos available to use for Cold Stare, so it looks like he's going to actually just tighten it very slightly so that when he does use Bombos, maybe he's going to be able to, slightly displace the falling of the icicle, so he's going to be able to get a couple of extra slashes in before he gets hit. I don't know if he was going for a specific strat. It looked like he was starting to do 6 slash, but that is actually kind of difficult to do in order to get all 6 slashes in a timely manner, so it looks like he's cleaning up Cold Stare relatively okay.
Yeah, this is a place where latebit's gonna make up some time here, having that butter sword.
Oh yeah, that's actually a very good point. Normally in this case you need, what, 6 slashes in this case to get Cold Stare down. With that Cold Sword, we're gonna just see, I think it's only like 2 or something like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty dang fast.
Very quickly for sure here. As alright, so we go ahead and we grab a Swamp Small key out of off of Cold Stare there, along with another crystal. So
yeah. Alright, yeah. So speaking of this, so where are the slippers? Because we found the dam super early. We found Swamp Palace also super early. Both of them were in Kakariko. We actually now have Swamp Small. So where are the slippers? Are they in pod? Yeah.
I feel like they're in back of pod. Or on top of the mountain. I mean, like, man, yeah. I don't know. I'm still kind of surprised that we are starting to push close to 90 minutes here. We're at 80 minutes right now, and we have not seen the west side of Death Mountain yet. And
you actually bring up a really good point. Yeah, we haven't even. We're an hour and 20-some minutes in. We have not rescued the old man. We've seen where the old man starts, but we have not rescued him.
Yep. And so we've got just we got some questions here, and
yeah, with the hook shot. Well, I mean, he can get there logically, but also, but do we have a GT Big Key on his side?
We do not have GT Big Key on Pix's side. GT Big Key was sitting in Misery Mire.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I was actually wondering if he wanted to climb, but no, he doesn't have that option.
If you're gonna climb here, there's nothing behind the tower today. So like, there's that part of it being maybe not as tempting. And with only the one key on Pix's side here, I mean, climbing seems this, and in the time I wanted to actually go back and say, hey, look how quick this fight's going to be for latebit, but it's over already.
Yeah, that's right. Gold Sword. There's a reason in this case why the Gold Sword is locked behind both Colstair and Vitreous in the original game.
It just, I mean, it does bad things to all of the bosses in this late game, except for Moth and Blind. Moth and Blind just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they seem almost in some cases a little bit more powerful than like the end game bosses.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works there. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I was a kid, if I had more trouble with this. Is latebit's going to take a second here and try to figure out what it is.
Wow,
that's a big key.
Holy cow! All right, so where are the other GT keys? Or yeah, GT small keys.
I don't know, but that's a huge that's a huge find for Pix, honestly.
That is amazing. Right, so kind of like the two maybe like, you know, notable skips that latebit has had so far that where he wasn't as thorough. So one of them is that one, the map chest of GT, which is of course locked by all the GT small keys. That Pix has found with the big key to Eastern Palace. The other one is still when he was in Misery Mire, he skipped the vanilla big key chest.
See, the vanilla big key chest is, I feel like, much more of a wiser skip, like, or defensible one. And even the one that he just did in GT is completely, with what he had at the time, made perfect sense. He had one GT key. If you burn it on that thing, you won't be able to go to the right side. Right? If you find your right side things, you're not going to have the key to get in, and you can always come back to that map chest, you know, eventually. But that's the problem is it's...
Yeah, the eventual part, right. And especially as we get kind of like more and more things that open up, you know, more probably better, more appealing options, you know, it's just that thing, you know, where does it fall on the priority list, right?
I mean, for latebit, this hook shot, you know, he makes his way back to the Desert Palace entrances over in over by Kakariko there. It'll give him a way to get up onto the left side of the mountain there, because he can now just hook across and he can get everything. Everything's available. Pick, stop playing around.
I was actually wondering if the boomerang was like a setup or something like that he was working on, but maybe it just looks like he wanted to get a couple of throws in there before he starts his bow.
So this, so for everyone who's sorry, I don't know if we ever actually totally stated it, but Pix picked up the Eastern Palace big key out of the GT map chest, which is locked behind 4 GT keys. And usually the way that you route that is if you come in with just one key, that's a chest you skip, because you don't know whether or not you can get to the other chest on the right side, you know, because GT's just so loaded. Occasionally you'll run and grab the other stuff, and you don't want to lock yourself out of 4 chests to get one chest, typically. Pix just said, to heck with it, and opened it, and it got very rewarded for it.
Yeah, that is, Eastern Palace big key does not have to show up early at all.
Yeah, and but for now, it's yet to see how big of a deal this will be.
Yeah,
because it's, you know, still a lot, and man, I think I'm gonna have to apologize to Pix here. He apparently knew exactly which places to go here in Pod, because that 4 key locked Pod had a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, so far, yeah. I mean, Helmasaur really just ended up having, you know, like the right prize. Where is Pix going? Checking a map. Alright, we did find out that Eastern Palace is a crystal, so definitely that big key is hard required.
I'm still waiting for something to show up here in
the back of Pod.
Back of Pod here, and
and nothing so far.
this is really working out in Pix's favor, and I mean in late bit, it's more peace of mind here that there's nothing here. If this game gets kind of screwy at the end, then you know you can do that. Deciding not to finish though.
So he has 2 keys left, and he does have. Oh right, and thanks to that nice compass, we have Vanilla Bicky Chest, we have Harmless Hellway, and we have Helmasaur. But kind of interesting decision in this case not to actually get any of those. Like he just decided to bail. But maybe he doesn't know necessarily. Like Pod is a crystal or pendant, so maybe he doesn't want to make that decision yet.
I suppose.
I'm just speculating. It did actually a little bit surprise me for him to not take any of the options. Normally, he would pick one of them, right?
Yeah, I mean, usually the time spent to go back there is something that you are. I mean, he's now guaranteed that he has to go back there, right? And if you finish it, then yes, you're kind of gambling. Nice bounce. You're kind of gambling a little bit that you know you could get completely destroyed by 1 key, but at the same time, you know, I think it's usually better to take that risk. I don't know though.
Yeah, I mean, right, and of course, you know, keep in mind, of course, you know that we know, you know, based on Pix's side, right, the Pod is a crystal. Oh my god. Well then, alright, we found Bow and Pod, we find a vanilla Bow in Eastern Palace. Very cute.
Somebody
we were hoping for that big key. Yeah.
Can we get a shout outs to Structural Mike and Homemade Beer and their Avian Art tournament going on right now with Is That Even Randomized? A very, very fun little mode, I'd say.
You'll love to see this.
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so, you know, in terms of offense, I'm pretty sure the rest of the seed is at least going to be pretty smooth sailing for Pix, and presumably for Latebit when he eventually goes over there. Gold Sword and Silvers, I think everything is just going to die in under 5 seconds.
Well, let's test here. We're gonna go ahead and gonna shoot a couple of silver arrows at these guys here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right.
All right. Easy Armos. Next crystal. Only 20 rupee drop, but you know Eastern Palace was in this case quite lucrative.
Wait, where's Latebit going?
Pinball.
He just skipped the pod key.
So that was in Pop Prison. He is gonna go back, I hope. Maybe just a slightly different routing.
Well, if he does that, though, he's going to use all of his Skullwoods keys. And he's going to have to find another Skullwoods key.
Oh, we don't want to do that.
Moth. Or wait, is there another Skullwoods key in this chest?
No, theirs was just like a heart piece or something. It was something pretty useless.
Okay. Mirror. Okay, if he mirrors, he's okay, because yeah, that'll take him to the front here. All right. Okay, everything's fine. It just all of a sudden, seeing him not go up there kind of made me go, oh my god. All right. There's his pod key. Yeah, so that's 5 pod keys, and now he has absolute. Don't open that.
Alright, well, wait. Topal reminding us that in the Vanilla Bicky chest that Pix opened, you know, earlier, there was a skull with small key, so he would not have been totally screwed. But he doesn't know that, of course.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, yeah, it would have been a Skullwood small key to get to get a pod key. So you would have. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, pain and suffering. Yeah,
I mean, we're basically going like in giant circles at that point for very little efficiency. So there's.
I feel like a beagle chasing its tail right now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, apparently though we did find our way up to East Death Mountain or West Death Mountain, because now we're finally rescuing the old man on Pix's side. Oh my gosh, a late bit reminding us that yes, we in fact did find Spike Cave like 20 minutes into the scene. Or actually probably even sooner than that.
If I'm Pix right now, I'm very tempted to pull out a whole the Quake medallion and just let the Dead Rocks have it because they've been mean to him today here.
Yeah.
All right, so Spike Cave, yeah. All right, that's a heart container though. There, chess game on Pix side. Also having I didn't actually register it being anything interesting.
Yeah, that was it. Yes, you're right. I definitely saw it. It was a heart piece. I want to say maybe it was 20. It was definitely something that was not worth remembering.
All right, Latebit having that long stare at his tracker, going, "Come on, give me something to do here that would actually is going to help me." So when you're in a situation like this, it's rough. It doesn't feel good because you're sitting here trying to go, okay, what do I do now? And especially in an hour 30 in a Crosskeys seed in a match like this, you're gonna a little bit of panic might start to set in because you're trying to figure out, okay, what am I doing? Did I do something wrong? Is my opponent giving something huge here? I'm kind of I think Latebit, unfortunately here, not realizing that his hookshot can just get him across to Westside Death Mountain.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Maybe he has a loose end up here. I'm trying to remember what else we found that was up here that was worth visiting again, because we already got the mushroom.
He's gonna go into the Spectacle Rock.
Oh yeah, that's true. We didn't. Yeah, he hasn't followed this connector.
And Flippers is in Thieves Town, so this actually might work out really well for Latebit, kind of in a funny way, because he's gonna. I think there's a very good chance this kicks out of Floating Island. No, that is a big no. But mirror there.
Oh
Mirroring
yeah, that's
there
right.
would've been good.
Yeah, we can check out Upgrade Ferry entrance. We have not been able to get there. No actual flippers, no fake flippering so far. But Pix can get there with his real flippers. But yeah, those flippers also do now open up Swamp Palace. Yeah.
So with on Pix's side, he's got 9 items available over there. Latebit exited that entrance. Oh, he already came out of Upgrade Ferry. Okay, thank you there, chat. I must have missed that one.
We're still missing, actually, we still don't know where a lot of our pendants and crystals are. I don't even think we've even picked up that many maps either.
Yeah, we've got such limited knowledge, honestly. It's kind of hilarious how poor our knowledge is of the seed. We're missing still Desert Back, we're missing still Tower of Hera, and we're down to single-digit locations, maybe. We still got Dark Death Mountain to find. There's like 4 or 5 locations over there, but I mean, how about a big key to Thieves Town? So let's go right back to Thieves Town.
We're gonna go straight back over. Yep. All right. So that is another completable dungeon. On Pix's side. And in addition to Swamp Palace, maybe we'll end up finding Swamp Big Key as well. That'll just basically make the next dungeon, very, very nice.
Yeah, and so from Latebit's screen, we know that Thieves Town is a crystal. I believe Pix picked up that Thieves Town map as well. I think I saw a C up there when he was there a second ago, but not 100% sure.
Alright, well, we're gonna find out very shortly. Oh man, he almost got large talked. If you ever bump into the little pink ball, he has a lot to say to you. So we're all in a hurry these days. There's nothing really wrong with being, a little antisocial.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, unless you want to hear an amazing poem and song lyrics or something, I don't know what I don't know what he's spitting there, but God, these Dead Rocks.
Yeah, these Dead Rocks. Oh man, you see Pix ready to go here with some revenge.
Oh, get him! No, don't let him get away.
Oh, speaking of Desert Back, man, at least his patience paid off, because this is actually pretty important. We still don't know, of course, the pendant crystal, but we're here, and so we're basically just gonna take care of this.
I mean, at this point, you just go, okay, I can finish this.
Exactly. Yeah, and we got silvers as well from that really nice big chest of Eastern Palace, so Landmill should be very, very quick.
Yeah, and if you're you know, if you, sometimes there you can kind of look down later in a Crosskeys seed and go like, oh man, I've still got so much left, and oh man, this is you know, this could be a bit rough, but then when you get, if you have a, like, say, Desert and Skull Woods and Hera as your, you know, some of your last few crystals, you're actually really close to finishing.
Yeah, surprising. And we actually know the locations too, in this case, right? Of these dungeons. Oh, we haven't found Hera yet, but I mean, like, yeah, it's surprising. Crosskeys is actually one of those modes where you think, yeah, in this case, like, oh man, I still need so much for Go mode, and then suddenly you're like, wait, I'm in Go mode? Wait, I'm done with the game? Like, it's just a very, very fast ending.
Yeah, definitely. All right,
Yeah.
Pick's going. All right, I missed with the silver arrows. Fine, I got a butter sword.
Yeah, we
All
also
right,
find
it's
a compass
and a
to
crystal.
Desert.
And a crystal.
Okay, yeah. Pix is batting, you know, full marks here. I think every single dungeon he's kind of crawled into, and he just figures that, you know, I'm just gonna go beat it, is actually been a crystal for him. No pendant so far.
All right, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crystals that we know about. Pix can complete 2 more dungeons. You can complete 3 more dungeons here. Wait a minute. We don't even need the fight. Pix could theoretically be in Go mode right now.
If, well, let's go. So we know the Turtle Rock is a pendant, right? So we do not potentially need to kill Trinex with that fire on. We can, in fact, sequence break Mothula, or the Tikitia Mothula, you know, with the lamp.
It comes down to what is Misery Mire right now. If Misery Mire is a pendant, then he is possibly doing really good with everything here, and it just kind of comes down to, hey, where is
Where's Hera?
And the only way that Hera could bite Pix at that point is if it's either in hammer pegs or if it's behind TR, because at that point you'd need the mitts. Mitts it yet.
Yeah, that's also very true. Yeah, that's right. We also haven't found mitts yet. And yeah, probably the most important is we either need to find a Mire map somewhere, which of course can be anywhere, or we actually just in this place go find Hera, and then, you know, we have the hookshot, we got the big key, right? Like, we can basically just, you know, legally go right on up. And then once we beat it, we're going to have some knowledge.
Yeah, and kind of one of these things, when you're in this kind of like half go mode-ish sort of situation, though, like one of the worst things you could do is skip checks.
Yep. And hopefully on latebit side though, you know, he doesn't start with that trend because you know, right. So, you know, kind of like a major difference right now between himself and Pix is that Pix decided to open the map chest of GT, which in this case, of course, had his Eastern Palace big key, which in this case we know is a crystal. So Pix still latebit still needs that very important big key. We're gonna just, oh my gosh, geez, he's just getting bullied with his BMOs.
Got a bit of a shooting gallery there, but I mean, more importantly though, he did pick up magic, which he needs to be able to light this now. It looks like our map of pod just sitting.
Yeah, great.
Sitting in the Thieves Town big chest, so yeah, there. All right, but he's getting into his fight there now. Not gonna have silvers, so he's gonna have to do it a slightly more difficult way. But you know, with
it's still gonna be fast. Yeah, looks like we're gonna get some ice rod strats here on Lake Visit. Only one shot though, so yeah, we're gonna see in this case again why the gold sword is just really not meant to be, you know, obtained until basically Turtle Rock.
Yeah. It takes him down. That's just basically like a one cycle there. Even having only one, you know, rod blast there.
Exactly, yeah.
Things were good. And speaking of boss fights, we got Pix going into his blind fight here, so he'll pick up his, man, this is going to be his 5th crystal.
Yeah, 141 mark is very, very fast. I mean, you know, it's like, and actually looking at, again, like looking at trackers, we don't necessarily have like that many dungeons like in total completed, but they've all been crystal dungeons, right? So it's actually looking pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is all working out here. Okay, so on the floating island, we see there, and we get a big key to Misery Mire.
Interesting. So we still can't beat the boss, no Samaria yet, but that is certainly a very interesting big key to get.
Yeah, and Okay, now, latebit having another sit and look here for a minute, trying to figure out exactly what he needs to do. He needs to go back, run back across this other side of the mountain, pick up his... No, don't save and quit! Oh, pick up his thing there from
GT?
No, it's from the bottom of Dark Death Mountain there. There was the Thieves Town Big Key.
Oh, yeah. That's true. He didn't actually end up going over there. Right, so, the bottom Dark Death Mountain was Akina's cave, and that's where, in this case, Pix got his Thieves Town Big Key.
Yep.
So, although speaking of GT, so we still do have 4 items on the climb with that GT Big Key that latebit has from Misery Mire. I don't know if that's of interest to him. I mean, like, and right, we already did mention, you already did mention that it's Useless Fairy behind Aga 2, so we don't have to climb fully, but there are still going to be 4 items up there for him.
I'm wondering if that was his plan here. He's got a mirror out. He's headed to this area. Okay, mirrors before he gets in there, though. I think he might have thought of something else to do.
I'm trying to think what that is right now.
I mean, where is this going here? First chest of Swamp Palace?
We don't have he does have the flippers. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
The first chest of Swamp Palace.
Well, we do have the small key. We have the small key too, right? Because that was on. Yeah, that was on Pod, or that was on Helma, right?
Oh, it was on Helma, right?
Yeah,
I thought, for some reason I thought it was on. I was on Armos next so I was
right.
really confused.
No, it wasn't on Helma. He hasn't been back to Pod yet. What the heck is this? It was on A-Boss.
It was on Cold Stare.
Cold Stare. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Okay, yes. All right. So Top File has been diligently tracking latebit. I think it's Top File. And yes, only 2 bosses. So there we go. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, looks like we are not. Well, we could still be in go mode, but it turns out Mothula is not our answer there. He's just a pendant. So, got a blue cane off of him, and yeah, that's not the cane you want. But, alright, so we're on to... I mean, if you're Pix, you just sprint your way over to... Swamp and join latebit in here. So we've got this for... I mean, at this point, we need to find what is the connector that gets us up onto Dark Death Mountain. I mean, if that's locked behind something, then we need mitts to get over, and a lot of things are locked for this. Tofile sending out that it's laser bridge, and if it's laser bridge, yeah, that would be it. That does seem like it's it. Yeah, kind of thinking about everything that we've done. Laser bridge is most likely the connector to the top of the mountain, which is weird because we don't have the keys to go to laser bridge yet. And we don't have the cane. Is the other thing. But.
Yeah. I was gonna say also, I think latebit is skipping left side swamp. Maybe he is in that mode where he thinks that he's potentially a couple items or 1 item from go mode. Maybe this is kind of his opportunity to try and cut a corner.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I feel like there's a pretty decent chance that if you do this, you're gonna come right back in as we get our 6th pod key.
Yeah, and another Turtle Rock Smoky. Okay, so hopefully this is gonna persuade him to go back to pod. He is going to be able to get everything. He's going to get Vanilla Big Key Chest, which is a small key to Skull Woods. We're gonna get a new content, also Harmless Hellway as well.
And
there's another Skull Woods small, so I think we're covered here for Mothula. But of course, we saw him pick aside as a pendant.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like this is coming down to where is Samaria? Samaria's not in the back of Swamp here. Is it on the left side? If it's on the left side, then I think that gives us everything we need as far as like information goes. But I mean, the other thing that could do it right now is if we get mitts. I think at that point, for picks, you just go, okay, I'm super good right now. Okay. But onto this Argus fight over on late bit side here. Gonna throw a couple of ice rod shots at him, do one quick spin, and that's it. Pix also.
Yeah, also skipping left side. I mean, so maybe Pix has actually cleared a lot more dungeons at this point over late bit, so maybe he thinks again, right? He is potentially only one item, from go mode. Maybe willing to, skip left side for the time being.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna take a second here, and I'm gonna look over my tracker, see if there's another dungeon or another entrance that we have not seen yet that would give these runners a way through. Laser Bridge is in logic now with those because we did get those 2 turtle rock keys out of swamp, which puts Laser Bridge into logic, which. We still got to figure out exactly where Samaria is. I mean, Samaria can be almost anywhere. Top of GT is an option.
Let's hope that it's not left side swamp because we're not going back, at least on late bit side.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Pix's sake that he does actually go back to left side swamp here. For late bit, it's kind of rough here. Spiral Cave, and I mean, we did not see Spiral Cave. Spiral Cave there is on the Spike Cave entrance there on Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's true. And Pix opted to not follow it. Wait, we do know, of course, Top reminding us that it does exit a bomb crest, but we have not seen the item in this case, from Pix's side.
Yeah, and that's the important thing is that we haven't seen the item yet, because we've seen the items for almost everything else here right now. I don't think we haven't seen Mimic Cave, I don't believe. We haven't seen the other side of Spiral, but we've seen everything. We haven't seen Hype. Have we seen Hype Cave?
We saw Hype Cave earlier. I want to say we saw Hype Cave earlier.
I think we did. I think we missed Hype Cave.
Yeah, that's
because
yeah.
I want to say that maybe we missed Hype Cave. I don't know here. Pix though taking the unbelievably risky strat here of just gambling that there's nothing in swamp and just not doing left side.
Well, I mean, at least in this case, it's going to be even. Both Pix and Late Bit ended up skipping out on left side swamp. So, if it's going to bite them, it's going to bite both of them, together. Alright, so we did, in this case, get a harmless Hellway check on Late Bit side, just a heart container. And so it looks like at least we're going to go beat Helma, get his crystal, and then presumably he's going to come back for the little Vicky chest. Alright, still, unfortunately, no Samaria, still, after so long. So we're still gonna have to go maneuver the statue in order to basically hit the switch. No silver arrows on Late Bit side, so maybe not exactly the, one shot for phase 2 Helma, but, we got Gold Sword. We can pretty much just, slash him twice. Pix. Finding Mini Moldrum Cave. Always a great feeling when you're finding these nice 5-item caves at like the hour and 50 mark because you think you definitely could have gotten here sooner. But in this particular case, probably not going to hurt him all that much just because there hasn't really been anything that has paid off, right? We haven't found Hera yet, and we haven't really... And I guess like the shovel, can still be, pretty delayed. No cooperation from Turtles today on Late Bit side. Unfortunately, the Gold Sword doesn't do anything better for him, unless the Turtles, of course, are flipped. Alright. Looks like Late Bit is opting to at least hold out his hammer, hold out the sword, trying to get a little bit of an offset hitbox from the hammer in order to make it, go a little bit faster. It's just 2 slashes with the gold sword. We should be all good to go. It actually does seem like, hopefully Late Bit is going to go back to some of the, skip locations. He is, of course, notably missing the Eastern Palace Big Key, which we of course know is the map test of GT. He is also still missing the Thieves Town Big Key, which is in the bottom of Dark Death Mountain on the east side. He's already found Thieves Town. He just kind of has to go back over there and follow.
Yeah, there's still a lot left to figure out for both of these guys. I mean, Samaria is the big question here because we know that on Pix's side, it's basically, can he find the way through right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, excellent point in chat. I don't think we've actually checked the back of Skulls. Maybe Pix did. But I mean, I don't think that he actually did. Is Pix trying to Ancilla when he has the flippers?
I believe so. This is gonna be fun.
Well, you know, it definitely worked. He can definitely swim.
Well done.
Yes.
Yep, that was effective. We're gonna say that you did fake flipper there. And,
it definitely worked.
But yeah, we're looking at trying to. I mean, it is just. What should we do? And I feel like you've got to go. I mean, do you just go back to? You got to go back to Swamp, don't you?
I mean, we've got Swamp. We've got the GT climb.
If you really want to go to that GT climb,
yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to the GT climb. I mean, right? Because it's a good, you know, like, oh no, we're definitely bonking. Yep. Death Mountain Descent Cave, reminding you that you are going to bonk if you go down or up this cave. So definitely try and stop your dash early.
I suppose we haven't discussed this yet because but Pix hasn't gone back to Misery Mire. He does have the Misery Mire big key.
Oh yeah, that's true. We also do have we still can't beat Vitreous, but we are going to be able to get at least the big chest in Mire. So that's going to be an additional check over latebit.
And cutscene chest.
And cutscene chest, that's right. Also, we haven't again. I don't know where these Misery Mire small keys are. They still haven't shown up, but yeah, that is also an additional check that Pix has available to him.
Yeah. The thing is, the more this goes for both runners, like the more stress they're gonna get because I mean, the Crosskeys Tournament here, like once you start hitting about this time, this is when you start thinking. All right, I need to be very, 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 very close to go mode or in go mode by this point, because depending on who my opponent is, they could very easily be in that situation. So I think this is when you start seeing the gambles. This is when you start seeing I hope it's here plays.
Yeah, and especially, you know, towards the late game. Oh, I know, late bit. Okay, all right, no. So Pix also did this before, and he's just gonna basically, you know, go get his Thieves Town big key from here, and then probably go beat Thieves Town, and then hopefully he'll go back to Spiral Cave. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, at this point, when it's kind of like late game cross keys, you've actually done, you know, let's say like 80 to 90%, you know, of everywhere you kind of already been. And now you've just kind of got these, you know, like one-off, you know, pretty long checks, right? And it's like you really just kind of hope in this case that you pick the long check or the one-off, that's the one that's like the correct one. Because it just feels going to be even worse, right? You go all the way over to like this one location that's in the corner of the world for one check, and there's going to end up being like 20 rupees or something. It's like, okay, well, that's 2 minutes lost already.
Yeah.
And that can really add up.
There's so much, and these crabs just don't want to let them get in this door to this absolutely nothing cave.
It's a long fairy cave.
Wow, I'm just waiting right now to see exactly what the
We haven't found the bomb shop either, have we?
I don't believe we have, no.
So I mean, like, we haven't seen, I think, anything that spits us out of Pyramid Fairy. I don't even know where 5-6 crystals are. I don't remember the last time somebody menued. Pix also still remembering, or not remembering, that he has flippers. He's a duck, dude.
Loving it. I'm loving it.
We're getting over to the witch's hut.
Oh man, the next time Pix gives me crap about anything in a seat, I'm just gonna ask him if he's still got flippers on.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's another interest that we have available to us, assuming, of course, we do have 5-6 crystal in the bomb shop somewhere.
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering if this was going to be on Pix's mind at some point. I think we're headed back to Pod now. Man, yeah, all of those, like, we're listing off a thing of like really interesting entrances. But 90% sure they're all locked on East Side Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain, and so there's not a whole lot and that we can do. we can get to the top of Paradox. Like we've seen top of Paradox. We've seen all of the Paradox entrances. I mean, at this point, it's just gotta be. I mean, something else. I believe Hobo's been checked, but I'm honestly not 100% sure.
That's actually a really good question. I would like to say that Hobo hasn't been checked. I don't remember anyone because we got the flippers actually pretty late, and I'm gonna venture that late bit goes over to Hobo first.
It feels like a pretty decent bet here. I want to see who's gonna get the closest to 20 hearts today. What do you think?
That's true. We're actually getting pretty close, and we haven't actually turned anything down so far.
Yep. I think we've picked up pretty much everything.
That's true. There was a heart piece on Zora Ledge, which I don't believe they're gonna go back to. So I guess I don't think we're gonna get to 20 hearts, but we might get a 19.
19 would be fun. 19 would be fun. We can see exactly what we're gonna get here now. Pix not having to do the hammer jump today because we got all 6 bombs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And yep, this feels like a Crosskeys special here, where you look down at one point and you go, "Oh my god, I'm like 1 item away from go mode. Oh, this is fantastic!"
It's not even the ice rod.
And then 3 hours later,
well, let's hope we're not here. Let's hope we're not here for 3 more hours. That would be quite the record, and not in a good way either.
3 hours Crosskeys seeds aren't that bad, right?
Not that bad. Yeah, on a weeknight, sure.
Sure. It's not like anybody else has things to do today.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna get a little mirror bonk over there from. Oh no, not a mirror bonk. Oh, okay, game. Sure, you want to play that game.
Pix already had his 1 mirror bonk earlier on race game, or like the entrance right next to race game. So he's like, I don't want to have any more bonks anymore. All right, so I think this. No. Okay, I think Latebit already checked the shovel.
Yeah. This was 10 arrows, I believe.
Yeah, something pretty useless.
But yeah. I mean, if you're Pix, maybe you do this and you route this into a spike cave and get a whole lot of nothing out of that. Okay, it was 3 bombs, equally useless at this point of the game.
Yeah, I mean, almost like arrows would actually be more useful just because we at least get a refill, but we can't even carry those bombs, so forget that.
All right, so Pix is going places.
Hopefully he has a destination in mind. I know, it is about, like the journey is itself the experience, but I think at this point, we've got actual places to be.
So he can't go to GT, but he can go to Meyer. And I'm wondering if this is going to be the Meyer play right now. Now, there's the big key to Misery Meyer over on his side, which opens up a whole 1 check there. Bombo's tablet was checked. It was nothing really interesting. The Eastern Palace big key is the big one here, and well, if we want to find out about Hobo, here we go.
I'm so proud.
Hobo have?
I'm so proud of Pix remembering that he can actually swim, because that is, of all the places that if you don't remember that you can still swim with the flippers, like that's a very unfortunate one to miss. Oh my gosh, it has the bits. Are we going back to Turtle Rock now?
Oh no, we're literally doing nothing that we're doing nothing that's not immediately going back up the mountain in a second. Okay, now this one makes sense because Pix has not seen this, and look at Late Bit.
Yeah. Amazing. Oh my gosh. I think
you could literally have had this from like 2 seconds if you had fake flippered, and you get it in 2 hours, and oh man, this is just everybody get your feels bad moments in right now for these guys. God damn.
That's a Late Bit certainly did give quite a bit of a reaction. Let's just say that this case, it's a good thing that we don't have Mike.
Yeah. Okay, so for Pix is going not... He's going to go to Misery Mire still. This is time back to 8-bit then. Because unless, I mean, okay,
yeah,
unless...
there could be, like, the 2 items that 8-bit hasn't checked, right? Could still pay out for Pix. But yes, in this case, if there is nothing there, then...
Yeah, I'm with AA. I hate this decision right now. I absolutely hate this decision. This decision is you're going to a dungeon that you can't complete, that you might not even have to complete. And what's more, you're going to open up GT Big Key. Like, you got to be doing what 8-bit's doing right now. Now, if it turns out that, you know, Samaria is just in here in the big chest, and it turns out this is your last crystal, then, all right, then you look...
I mean, then Pix is gonna look like a genius for doing this.
Right. I mean, then everything worked out in your favor. I mean, you still probably made the objectively, like, the not correct decision, but it worked out for you. But on 8-bit's side, we're gonna get to see finally what these 5 things are up there.
Yeah, and of course, most importantly, we have not again found Hera, and this is one of I think this is our last dungeon that we really need to be able to see.
Yep.
No dark world maps, amazingly. Okay.
Still no information.
Where are these maps? Okay, look at that. All right, Mitz. Yeah. Okay, so we still apparently still don't know if this is a pendant or crystal, but this is going to give us the rest of our information.
You know what? And actually that helps Pix out. That's the first place you're going to be. That's the first chest you're going to make, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or maybes there. You're just going to go directly into that one. I mean...
you know, I guess Pix is also just following 8-bit's mentality, or routing. You know, we're also going to skip the vanilla big chest as well. Maybe he'll go back, but I don't know. I mean, looks like we're just basically making very similar skips here.
Yeah. Things are happening. That's for sure.
Things are happening. That's true. Okay, well, we got our next heart container, but of course, you know, Hera potting up is going to be certainly faster than, you know, climbing the tower. So of course, it's going to be in logic.
I mean.
Oh, that is a big. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna pretend we didn't see that Big Key to Ice Palace on Pix's side because that is not a place we want to go to. But oh yeah, that's why it's a big GT.
I want to cry now. All of a sudden.
No, Days, you did not see the Big Key to Ice. Okay, like we've already stated that on commentary, so therefore it didn't happen.
Wow. All right, so we've killed Moldorm on here. What's the information here? Because that's not a big deal yet until. Okay, Hera is your crystal. Now, for 8-bit, unfortunately, and Pix just leaving behind the chest at this point.
Wow! Oh, yeah.
But I mean the sheer fact that Pix is not saving and quitting right now and immediately going to the mountain is I think this is just you know, lack of experience, honestly, on this is not is the key here. It's just lack of experience, because this really feels like we're going to GT, or maybe we're doing Smith Chain.
Yeah, I was actually wondering this too. Like, so we did get Mitz, and you know, it's certainly going to be probably reasonable for Pix and 8-bit, of course, to chase the Mitz. And this is going to be, I guess, something that's available to him.
Okay, so we're gonna put a clock here on Pix here because we're going to GT.
Yeah.
And
so at this point, okay, at least on 8-bit's side, right? So we all know that he is. We know that he only needs the Eastern Palace Big Key, which is in GT map chest. And he of course skipped it the first time because he only had one GT small key, so he didn't want to open that chest that was logically locked by all 4 keys. I don't believe. So right, and so I think he does know in this case that that's all he needs to do. But of course, then the question is when is he going to go over to GT over some of his other options? And specifically, he's going to go over the map chest.
I mean, I feel like if he goes back to GT, he goes to the map chest, and I just because at this point for him, I think GT is the most obvious option here, and I feel like honestly for latebit, he's going to be in go mode in the next like 2 minutes.
Yeah, so this also might be Smith Chain for what it's worth. He is coming down here. You know, he does have mitts. All right,
okay.
Smith hammer pegs. And then presumably purple chest as well. He is thinking. Okay, I was actually wondering if his game feed was actually frozen for a bit. But he was actually just thinking.
I think that was called. It was called. Wait, where's Smith again? I did that just a second ago. I did that just a second ago. I'm like, wait, where is Smith again? Smith is someplace pretty easy available, right? The basic feel for what Pix is doing right now is he's forgetting that those mitts opened up Dark Death Mountain to him, and what is kind of happening is we are now kind of waiting to see, does latebit realize end up in GT before Pix figures out what that he's just gotta go up the mountain, and he's gonna be in full on go mode. Well, I mean, this is cool because we had not found Hype Cave yet. It's gonna be completely useless, but we had not found it. How useless is it today? This is utter that could push him. Okay, that's probably excellent for late play.
I was gonna say, yeah, that probably pushes him over to GT at this point, right? Because we finally now do. Oh no, well, I still need some Mario.
You're right. We still need some Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah. It still needs some Mario.
Yeah, this might though incentivize him to at least beat Makima. I mean, we're still a skull with small, I think, away. Maybe he has a way.
I think, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think I mean, honestly, having 2 or 3, I don't think it's gonna matter because where he is, he's right next to it here, and Pix is finally getting up to the top of GT here. So the time that this is taking, all right, he should still be able to get that other torch.
Yeah,
right, just wait.
I don't.
Oh, he doesn't have Fire Rod. All right, so it doesn't matter.
That's
He's
right.
gotta wait it out.
He has to basically get this whole cycle.
All right, so I think we're good here, and we're gonna get this.
Yeah, and okay, looks like we do have, in this case, all 3, right? So he got the vanilla big key chest from Pod, which was Skull with Small, and he got the one in Swamp Palace, yeah. So this is going to be completely in logic for him, and of course, for all he knows, this is going to have a GT Eastern Palace big key.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah.
If you're late bit right now, though, I'm trying to think of what else you would do that's not going to GT after this. You just did Purple Chest. There's a big key to Turtle Rock up here. I mean, okay, look, here's the thing. If Pix gets all the way up here, and it turns out that Samaria's up here, and that pushes him through Laser Bridge, pushes him to the top as
just
get hit by every single one of these spikes.
The red mail's not helping.
And luckily we got this powder here, then everything's alright now. Alright, so there's our third Meyer key.
Yeah, looks like then, okay, now Cutscene Chest is now in logic. But I mean, again, I don't think Pix is gonna go back there anytime soon. Just like Left Side Swamp, right, is another option in this case for late bit, but maybe in this case GT is just gonna be better.
Okay, so late bit. Late bit's confused as well. Alright, so we got all the way to the top. Pix got a big key. The Turtle Rock... Okay, now... I'm just at this point I'm just sitting here going, okay. So Pix is gonna go to Turtle Rock main here. Turtle Rock big chest.
Big chest entrance, yeah. So that's gonna be another item for him. I mean, and for what Pix is doing right now, it does make sense, right? Because he is chasing the items that he just got, right? And so, you know, from a like maximum sphere perspective, like it is going to be the next thing, you know, quote unquote, in the chain of progression for him.
All right, latebit's doing GT here.
Yeah, it looks like
that's what this has got to be. So, yeah. All right, so we're gonna okay, wrong one there, Pix. He's got to go to the lumberjack house, but I'm not sure if it's gonna matter here in about a minute. This could, I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure what else like there could be here on Pix's side. I mean, we've already pretty much seen like everything.
What's kind of killing me right now is I can see his tracker on his side. He's got the Dark Death Mountain lit up in green right now on the tracker, so I'm not sure where this is.
Oh my gosh, these are the worst keys to find, and on Pix's side, just like even more, just a little bit more demoralizing. And
Samar and latebit is now in go mode here at the 2-hour 13 mark. They're finding Eastern Palace big key there, and that should pretty much do it, I think, because I feel like Pix just not putting the connectors together here.
Yeah, and for latebit, like this is going to be actually very, very fast because he just needs to go through and beat Eastern, which is his last crystal, and then he just to beat Ganon. I guess we're gonna see in this case if Pix is gonna, or not Pix, latebit is gonna open up the Eastern Palace big chest. He might not, being in this position. It is kind of like right there, but it's not exactly on his way. We know, of course, there are silvers there, and so could actually help him like speed up the fight. But again, you know, he is, you know, I don't know if he's willing to maybe make this one last check before he goes.
Yeah, at this point, I think you're feeling bad enough that you're just kind of, you're just kind of hoping that it's not, and going from there.
Yeah, it is a vanilla bow. That was quite funny. I mean, you know, it also depends on, you know, what I guess he's feeling. I'm not sure if he just simply feels like he is ahead. In fact, I'm not sure if either runner feels like they're ahead based on what they kind of had to go through so far for this seed. But still, it is something that might be an option to him.
All right, well, latebit is almost there, so we're gonna see if he takes a quick little peek just to see what it is there. It's something, you know, it's 2 seconds, 2 seconds either way, as Pix is unfortunately on his way to left side swamp.
Yeah, I mean, you know, both Pix and latebit skipped left side swamp the first time. Not often seen in Crosskeys, but you know, there is a very big smile on latebit's face in order to get those silvers.
I mean, I can honestly see a very good reason for opening it being that I've opened so many other things, and there's a higher than usual chance that I can pull silvers out of this. So, you know,
he's gonna save his you know, like 35 to, you know, whatever seconds on Ganon, and of course, you know, the handful of seconds he's also gonna save on Armos here as well.
Yeah, the actual things, chances of it being something good were pretty slim, but it's always nice when you get paid out like that. I mean, it doesn't happen often. So when it does, you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna smile a little bit right now.
Exactly.
All right, last chest, left side swamp. What do you say?
Oh, well, I think that puts our Eastern Palace big key in logic now. Thanks Pix for showing us that. Oh yeah, hey, technically required is, unlike being technically correct, is not the best kind of required.
Well, all right. So Pix is gonna, not Pix, I'm sorry, but latebit has just got to dash back down into the Kakariko there, go over to the Magic Bats hangout there, and we'll get to see a quick little Ganon fight here.
Yeah, at this point, you mentioned, you know, I think the very beginning of the seed, right, is like most Crosskeys seeds pretty much end in maximum equipment, right? Gold sword, half magic, silvers, Gold sword. Did I already say gold sword? Let me say gold sword again.
Gold sword 3 times.
Yeah, and at this point, just because we've pretty much done, so much of this, hopefully in this case, again, it's going to be done pretty quickly. Doesn't even have to try very hard or to get to him through the one cycle for phases 1 and 2. Don't need to spin or anything, just slash him 6 times for phase 1, 6 times for phase 2, which is good.
Yeah, this is good. This is gonna go real quick here, and so we should be seeing just the very end here. We're already into phase 3 on late bit side. Ganon's throwing his temper tantrum, jumping up and down, breaking things, as you do at the end of 2 hours and 17 minutes of having to wait for someone to show up.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, where the heck have you been this entire time?
It's like we had dinner plans, sir.
Yeah. Alright, okay, so yeah, this is gonna be a Fire Rod for Pix, but I think at this point with the Fire Rod, he's just gonna go back and kill Trinex, because he already found the Tora Rock Big Key. There's a green pendant at the end of Trinex as well. Assuming, of course, we get that far. I don't know if he's watching the race room.
Well, we'll find out here in just a second here, as a late bit has got, I think, 1 more silver arrow here to stick into Ganon, and that should do it there, so... Go ahead, assuming that we hold the sword up in the air, and we do. That is going to do it for late bit here, as he's going to take first place in this match against Pix, as he's got to just cross this one little bridge and finish up with a official time of 2:18:15.
We did it! GG's!
Yep, it's over.
Yep.
All right. Well, well done to him. Well done to late bit there.
Yeah.
In for everything here, as looks like Pix is gonna go for purple chest.
Oh,
right, he's got the purple chest trailing him here. Pix wasn't missing anything. That's what kind of is heartbreaking about this. He's got everything he needs. He just kind of spaced on the ability to go up Dark Death Mountain with the mitts. That the mitts unlocked that. And so he thinks he's missing something that he's absolutely 100% not missing right now. And it's
oh yeah.
It's a shame. This is kind of one of those things. Pix is like I kind of mentioned earlier. Pix is a bit more of a newer runner, so stuff like this can be a little gotchas, and especially when you're in the heat of the moment here, doing one of these late tournament seeds where things are, in your head. It can be really hard to kind of come back from that there. So he went ahead and threw in a forfeit, and we are now joined in chat by both LateBit and Pix there. GG's to you both.
Yo, GG's, guys.
Hey, GG's.
GG's. What a mess.
So was it Find the Cane?
No, it was much worse, bud.
It was okay. I was like, "There's no way it's Find Terra entrance." Like,
it was. No, when I say it was much worse, bud, I mean you've been in go mode for the last 20 minutes. When you got mitts, you could have climbed up. Dark Death Mountain.
I checked a couple. I think I checked the Ice Palace entrance, and I was just like, I don't think it's Find Terra. I think it's Find Samaria. I don't know. I felt like I was not playing well enough for it to be just Find Terra. There she goes.
Yeah, it goes that way sometimes there, but late bit. That I heard a very sound come from you there a second ago. Bud, how you feeling?
A little bit stressed. That was a moderate disaster, but got through it.
Yeah, that you did. You kind of a couple of questions I had to ask. Like you had the opportunity at one point to finish off Pod. With I think you only had 3 keys at the time, right, or something like that, or you had like 4 keys, and you decided. 4. Yeah, you decided not to go. You decided not to go ahead and finish it, and instead you went and did a couple of other things and then come back. Was there any reason that you decided to not go ahead and finish at the time, or what were you thinking there?
I just kind of want to waited for the logic to point me back in that direction with 1 or 2 more keys, so that I didn't, spend one where I didn't need to spend one. And fortunately, the 5th and 6th came in pretty short order, so I said, well, I'll go back.
Makes sense there. Yeah. But it was kind of interesting. You did something like that, but then when it came to like skipping Meyer cutscene chest and like left side swamp, you were like, nah, I'm good.
yeah. I was actually going to ask. So it turns out both of you ended up skipping both left side swamp and the Meyer vanilla big key chests. Any thoughts? Because I mean, I guess it's typically speaking, like, yeah, whenever you go to a place, it's like you just go full clear everything, right? Especially in cross keys. But so it was a little bit interesting in this case that you both ended up skipping it.
Yeah, for me, again, the cutscene chest is a logic thing. I think I only have 1 small key. Sometimes I'll do it if I have 2, because, then I'm just 1 item from putting those in logic. But if I have 1, I'll check the compass chest and then usually nope out.
Yeah, I think I had 2 at the time, and I was just kind of running around looking for a cane that I thought was going to be in a very stupid place. And so I thought French vanilla, and I was going to do cutscene last, but then I found a couple big keys in there, and I was like, well, maybe I'll push this. So I just wanted to cut a couple corners because I felt like I kind of needed to.
For what it's worth, the cane is in a stupid location because we still haven't seen it.
No idea
the
where
flute,
it
for
is.
that matter.
Did Pix climb?
Yeah.
Pix did. Yeah.
Okay, I figured it was upstairs GT, but I guess not.
No, I felt really bad too because the 3rd Meyer Small was up there, and I was like, "Oh no, not this." But there was also TR Big up there. I think those are the only interesting things up there.
Yeah, TR keys were
was
just bait.
Where was the swamp big? I don't remember where. And then there was the ice big too that you ended up picking up. Oh, that was in Meyer. No, that was in Meyer.
The swamp big. The swamp big was in Crystal Roller, which is why I went back and did left side too.
Mm. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and the fact that you didn't have a Meyer big key when you were the first time in Meyer, Pix did, and he got the ice big key. So just another potentially terrible place for the Cadus Mario or the flute to be in.
Yeah, I think when I found it, I had no fire and no big key, so I was like, we'll put a pin in that. And then when I got to that point of like, there was a point right after finishing Thieves, like when at the end of Thieves, I realized like, oh, if Skullwoods and Swamp are the last 2 crystals, I'm in go mode, so that's why I rushed over to Skullwoods and then Swamp. And then at that point, I was just like, I didn't really know what to do.
That was a rough way to end that, but I mean altogether, you definitely played well through it, even if you felt like you had a little bit of execution problems. But I mean, I thought you definitely played well there, Pix, and I guess latebit that Eastern Palace big key being your go mode, kind of in that really awful location.
Yeah, I had kind of committed to climbing, but then I remembered, well, the big chest is still downstairs, and I skipped double fire bar, so those are much quicker than climbing, so I figured I'd take a side trip and check those out, and got extremely lucky.
So I also did see that you had a bit of a reaction when you picked up the mitts.
Yeah, it was relief mixed with, oh god, I could have had these within minutes of the siege starting.
Certainly true. I am glad that people in general remember that you have flippers. Eventually.
I was really proud of myself. I was like, I nailed that splash delete. I remembered I needed to drop the bombs, and I was like, oh, I don't think I did it in the right order, and I jumped in the water and I was swimming, and I was like, oh, I have flippers.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, yeah, when those mitts showed up, you guys got those mitts effectively, I think, within like 30 seconds of each other.
Yeah.
Me and Clear Mouse are over here just cracking up at the time, just dying because like you said, you could have gotten those from like the word go, and it's just, it didn't work out that way. But a fun race, exciting race there to watch for sure.
Yeah, and especially actually like Pix, like for what it's worth, like you seem to tackle a lot of dungeons early, and you were just like crystal for crystal. Like every single dungeon you beat, without knowledge, would end up being crystal. So actually, it looked like you actually had quite a bit of a lead ahead of latebit. It just kind of happened to be in this case that the tide kind of turned on latebit's side when he kind of got the mids, and then that was kind of like when the clock started ticking for you. Because of not going to Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, I like see that group of entrances up there too. I went and cleared out those northern connectors, like the Dark Sank and Graveyard Ledge, because I was expecting one of them to spit me out at Floating Island, and it just didn't happen. So I guess that's the back of TR.
Yeah, I was trying to connect up there pretty desperately myself, and then I got the mids, and I said, well, I guess this is the way I should have done it.
Yeah, I think I like rescued the old man at like an hour 30. Like you just didn't get on Death Mountain for a really long time.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I thought this was actually a very interesting seed. I think as evident by the trackers, right? Like no Samaria, right? No flutes. Kind of like some pretty major items that are kind of missing from the seed.
Yeah, that renders like half of TR useless since I don't even know where Laser Bridge is.
Our general. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, bud.
I think you have to go through it to get out at Floating Island. I think that's the only connector I think I'm missing right now.
That's more or less what we surmised from all of this at some point. The entire team back here of all of us comms and trackers were like, "What are we supposed to be doing?" So many times in this seed where like Claire Mouse and I are just going, "So what's next?" And we were having trouble following it. So kind of glad that it wasn't at least I wasn't on the side of playing it today.
Yeah, it was an interesting seed for sure. I like any seed that gives you East DM, and then you have to hook shot to get your West DM access. Because almost always it's the other way around.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Any other maybe final thoughts before we kind of wrap things up?
If I could not hard last location boots in my next game, that would be fantastic.
Hey, that was also my logical last location, and then I followed it up by last locating that glove because I hate doing chomps without a ranged weapon.
Just saying, you can start at Link's house.
Well, guys, then with anything else, anything you want to drop off before we put this out for the night?
No,
I just appreciate you guys putting this together. Crosskeys After Dark is always a good time.
Or at high noon for days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta go get lunch. Don't worry.
But GG's latebit. For moving on to the 1-1 bracket, there are tons of great competitors for you to be facing for a very excellent tournament experience. Certainly, hopefully that you can keep moving. Pix, I think you are going. So this is going to be, I guess, you'll be in the 0-2, but still, competition is going to be. I mean, this field is pretty big, but still, competition in general here seems to be pretty stiff. So best of luck to you both next week.
Appreciate it. GG's again.
Thank you. Yeah, GG's.
Okay. I don't have much more else to say other than thank you again for Topal and Becky Scott Farley for tracking this. So they did double duty today, basically 4 hours apart. They did track one at 5 p.m. Eastern time earlier this evening. It was a 2 hours and 41-minute seed. And then they basically came straight back over here to track this game. So thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Hoping it to take a nice break. Thank you to VXR for restreaming. Did a phenomenal job. No hiccups whatsoever. Days, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Definitely looking forward to the next one.
I mean, you did poke me and say, "Hey, come do this race," and I was like, "Yes, I will." And yeah, that's pretty much all it took. So big shout outs to everyone, and I guess with that we'll turn it over to our restreamer there, VXR441. It's all yours, bud.
All right. And make sure to check out the schedule for what's coming up. We got both the ZSR schedule and the Crosskeys schedule. The ZSR schedule will get updated, I'm sure, at some point tomorrow with everything that we've got going on, including, I believe, a Another Crosskeys match at 4 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.